been on my knees to break. And I hear the voice of an angel telling me not to lay down. And I feel the spirit guiding, telling me not to give up. Hold on to every promise I've been praying for. I hold on to every goal it wants to
हेलो दोस्तों, नमस्ते, स्वागत है आप सभी का टू वैलोरेंट जीई अंडरग्राउंड टूर्नामेंट। मेरा नाम है क्रिप्स। मेरे साथ, मेरे घर पे, मेरे बाजू में, साक्षात इन द फ्लेश इज ओजी द लोरेस्ट चिकन, वन ऑफ माय बेस्ट फ्रेंड्स एंड वन ऑफ द बेस्ट कास्टर्स इन दिस country as well, in my opinion at least.
हाँ,
I
दिल
can't
पिघल गया।
I can't praise you that much also, but anyway. So, ladies and gentlemen, हम आज यहाँ पे आए हैं to see and crown the next generation of Indian esports rising stars. We started this tournament with more than 140 teams, 140 teams, and now we were down to the top 8 in the last week, and today we are down to the top 2,
The finalists.
the finalists. Lamba safar tha, bro. This tournament spanned across at least 2 months.
Phew.
2 months,
Wild.
and yeah, and 2 weeks of just the finals, and aaj abhi grand finals hai. So today we will be crowning the champion, who will receive the prize of $25,000, 25,000 rupees. I was about to say dollars. Bhai, life changing हो जाती,
वही ना।
कंगाल हो जाते हम लोग इतना पैसा दे के. But yeah, 25,000 rupees का prize pool है. And I mean, across this tournament we have seen not just a lot of new players, but we've seen a lot of new casters as well.
Exactly.
We've seen people like Zetaxter, Scared Yet, Bullet. All of them they lent their voices to the tournament, and they made it a really nice initiative.
Yeah.
So with this entire tournament of underground, we were trying to give chances to the younger players, the younger casters, younger observers, event admins, and everyone. Obviously, you guys don't see the observers and event admins who work behind the scenes, but they also contribute heavily to making this tournament
The life and blood of
successful. The life and blood of it, actually. You know, before the match begins, I just want to like appreciate every single league ops guy out there.
True.
It's one
This
of
was
the
for
most it's one of the most difficult and one of the most mind-numbingly boring jobs in esports, but it is the most important.
Yeah, it won't happen without this.
Exactly. League ops ke bina esports won't work.
Yeah.
So shout out to all the league operators out there, man. We love you from
Yeah.
the deepest
And you know what?
corners.
Like, honestly, shout out to G, because, like, especially in terms of South Asia, there's nothing else happening, man. And I think all of us are itching for some more Valorant action, right?
Yeah, we are definitely itching for some more Valorant action.
And this is what I've been waiting for, Crips. I came to Mumbai in the search of something new, something changed, man.
And then you came to my then you came to my house in search of something new.
The best thing is I came to cast Valorant, something I've not gotten the luxury to enjoy for a little time.
Yeah.
So that refreshing taste of that one tap with that tung hitting the sound, that's what I'm looking for today, dude.
Nice. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get talking about the tournament itself. आज हम जो फाइनलिस्ट टीम्स देखने वाले हैं, वो दोनों एक बहुत लंबा सफर तैयार करके आए हैं to get to where they are today. And the
True.
two finalists today are Goblin Defenders and Team Mavericks. Actually, अगर आप South Asian Valorant follow करते हो ना, you must have heard the name Goblin Defenders at some point in this entire year. Like, they were one of the hot breeding grounds for all the teams who would pick up younger talents from them. In fact, some of the coolest players that we've seen throughout the year, even in big tournaments like VCL South Asia, people like Kibo, people like Lil Boy, all of these players, they made a name for themselves, and they got picked up by the bigger teams in the bigger leagues as well.
Yeah.
Right now, they're playing with themselves, with the team that they started with, Goblin Defenders. You can see them on the screen, by the way. One bio is obviously missing, but the rest of them are playing together, probably.
It's a vibe, right?
It's a vibe, right? Playing together.
I mean, casting together is a vibe. Imagine playing
I-
together, man. And
I-
imagine winning together. Like, that'll be the actual emotion when you're three are, I mean, preferably five, Imagine
Yeah.
all five of you in the room celebrating every win, the
Hmm.
smaller and the bigger. And, for the entire tournament, it's been only best of ones, right?
Hmm.
And the thing about best of ones is you have a bad pistol, you have an unlucky gun round, things might go south, and
Yeah,
the match might slip away from your hands.
exactly.
But now it's a best of three.
You don't have a lot of chances. I
Exactly.
mean, you did have a second chance in the entirety of the lower bracket, which is where our second team comes in, Team Mavericks. What a redemption story they've had.
हाँ ना?
All right, so मैं Team Mavericks की कहानी बता रहा हूँ, ठीक है? They started this tournament, won their first match. They defeated Supreme Sports, and that was more of a forfeit win for them. Supreme Sports did not show up, so they forfeit their match. Mavericks got a free win. They went on to the next round,
Yeah.
faced Goblin Defenders, and lost. And then in the lower bracket, they went on a full redemption arc all the way through. They defeated Firefly Esports. They defeated One for All. They defeated Insanity. And after winning 3 games back to back, they came back in the finals. to face Goblin Defenders again. The
Redemption arc.
redemption arc. Like, Goblin Defenders knocked them down into the lower bracket. They eliminated every single team in the lower bracket, won 3 matches, and now they're facing Goblin Defenders again. If they win today, bro,
मौज हो जाएगा.
bro, मौज भी नहीं भाई, क्या रिवेंज स्टोरी लिखेंगे. Like, ऐसा रिवेंज स्टोरी ना तुमने अग्निपथ में भी नहीं देखा रहेगा.
Wow. I mean, it's perfect for that entire Cinderella storyline, right? Like,
Exactly.
there's no point of a triumph without your tribulations. It means
Exactly.
so much lesser.
Exactly.
And especially considering that lower bracket run, it got knocked down by Team Mavericks so early.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's gonna be worth so much more. Heading into this best of three, having that long game in mind is what all these players will have. Because once you're down to the lower bracket, every game is gonna be do or die. You enter it with a slightly different mentality. But now they're very close to the finish line. It's
Yeah.
do or die for both these teams. It's not like if you lose the grand finals, you have another chance, right? This is it. The
This is it.
final leg of the journey, Krebs.
The final leg of the journey, which leads to ascension, not the VC Pacific Well ascension, but you ascending to the next level. In fact, both of these teams have been knocking on the doors of Tier 1 Valorant in the country for a very long time, and it's about time that somebody answers that door.
Really, man.
And if nobody does, they'll kick it down like Inspector Daya.
I mean, having that entire 5-man do it, I wish that happens because you get to have that the brother vibe. You get to have that camaraderie. I mean, we've seen it in the past in Indian esports across different games. So one for Valorant is what I'm waiting for, man. That story is a beautiful one to behold. And again, in terms of this being an entire community tournament, right? I really like the fact that the community is coming together not only to celebrate Valorant in the sense that we're not only going to get to see Valorant, we have new casters, we have new players, we have new everything, but also the fact that this tournament has filled that drought of Valorant action.
Actually,
I
yeah.
think all of us at home have been waiting. Bhai, Valorant कब देखने को मिलेगा? Well, आज
Yeah.
best of 3 banger वाला धमाका.
I mean, ऐसे तो ऑफ सीजन बहुत अच्छे से चल रहा है, right? There's a lot of nice off season tournaments going on, a lot of cool matches. I mean, within a span of a couple of weeks, we saw True Rippers versus Orangutan in the grand finals of 2 different off season events again and again. So yeah, I mean, those 2 teams are doing really well for themselves, but they're already
True.
Tier 1 in India, right? They're
They've
already
reached it.
yeah, they've reached it. They made it. They're the big boys, and now hopefully one of these teams, hopefully either Goblin Defenders or Team Mavericks, will be able to beat them at some point. If not beat them, at least give them a run for their money and somehow make a name for themselves in the South Asian competitive circuit.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this game started.
Let's go.
Most of the players have already loaded in. We will be starting anytime soon. We're just probably waiting for like one player. And once he's here, we also will begin the game. By the way, I just noticed the godlike logo behind Kibo. So he's in boot camp.
Cough, cough.
He's in the godlike boot camp. So that's going to be a different vibe altogether. Nice. And Kibo was one of those guys who actually impressed me like way too much. The amount of words I have do not do justice to the amount of impact he had for Godlike Esports back in VCL South Asia. So he's definitely one of the players to look out for. I was speaking to Firefly Esports the other day, and they told me that Lil Boy is also a really scary player.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those 2 guys, I'm going to be looking out for them definitely. And I'm hoping that the rest of the players will also give us quite a good show.
True.
But since all of the matches so far have been just best of ones, there is a possibility that we haven't seen everything that they have to offer, right? Because best of ones is a very limited test chamber.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And in this sense, it being a best of 3, right?
Hmm.
It's gonna be a fun affair because the map pool is also somewhat interesting. It's not a map pool
Yeah,
that
yeah.
makes you sit back and be comfy.
Yeah.
Especially having map like Fracture, it's a map that forces you to fight. It's a map that forces you to take that engagement.
Yeah, you kind of spoiled it for the audience. I was building it up. It's okay. Spoilers देना avoid नहीं किया जा सकता कभी-कभी.
हाँ
मेरे को
ना.
भी बहुत सारे spoilers मिल गए. So
आदत बन गया.
let's not make it another thing. Anyway, I'm going to talk about the map video, ladies and gentlemen. So these guys have picked up Haven as their first game. The next map will be Fracture, and Ascent will be the third map if we need it. So it's going to be an interesting bunch of maps. I mean, back when I casted in the first 2 days of the tournament, I saw mostly Ascent games.
Mhm.
Of course, when Scariat and Zadaxter and all those guys were casting, they saw a little bit of variety. But I'm just happy that Ascent is like the last map for today. We've already seen a lot
Honestly,
of Ascent. Like everyone tells me, Crips, you shouldn't be biased and all.
average ascent hater.
Bro, average Ascent hater. I do not like. I like playing Ascent, but I don't like casting Ascent because the map, in my opinion, has become a little too stale. Now, unless some of these teams can surprise me with like a random Reina pick or something whack, yeah, then that will be a good shakeup. Then I will be entertained.
True, and I mean, to compensate for that, we have Haven and Fracture to start things off.
Exactly. Yeah.
Haven, it facilitates a lot of different kind of drafts. You can
Mm-hmm.
go all the way to the OG drafts from early 2021, where you have Phoenix, Cypher, and those kind of vibrant heroes, or you can go the standard Jet route. It allows you to
Yeah.
make different compositions work. And again, Fracture, the amount of fights that we're going to see and the kind of players that we have on the server, I
Yeah.
think
Yeah. Yeah.
that's the main dish in what we have as a delight for tonight. Again, Ascent, like you said, the draft, especially in terms of agent vetoes, are somewhat stale. So having something like a Rana raise to light up the server to maybe provide a little bit more variety than maybe your
Hmm.
average Jet. And again, with the recent Jet nerves as well, I'm very interested to see what's going to happen on Haven and Fracture, because back when Jet had the double up drafts, Haven and Fracture used to be
Her home turf.
such a nice place to find these cheeky double up draft kills and make plays happen, which
Yeah.
simply isn't the case anymore, right?
Exactly. And not just that, because Jet has been nerfed, I would like to see Neon being played out a lot more on Fracture. Neon did become a staple pick on Fracture at one point, but then only a certain number of teams would use her.
I think this
But
was
the ones
back in
that
the
would use
Optic
her would
days, right?
abuse her at that point.
Yeah, true, true, true. I remember this was when Optic was even pioneering Neon on Haven. If you
Yeah.
remember, they overlapped both these maps with the Neon.
Yeah, they overlap both these naps in the Neon. Back here in India, uh, Velocity Gaming would have MW1 spam the Neon on Fracture every now and then.
True, the
But
OG
whenever,
Neon.
yeah, but whenever MW1 wasn't playing, they would have that make up the Jet or something along those lines. So
Yeah,
I miss seeing Neon on Fracture. Honestly, I kind of like Neon that way, and I
Salama,
wish she saw
thanks.
more action on other maps as well.
Now you talked about the Jet, right? I think, especially when you're talking about a agent like Jet, one agent that you do need to bring up is Chamber, because one of the reasons everybody used to play Jet was to man that operator, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, Chamber, sure, he's hit with a couple of nerfs, but considering that this is Haven and Fracture,
Hmm.
there are still very viable uses of the rendezvous. There are still a lot of angles where not only the Tour de Force but the op can be primed and more or less safe with a snap of the finger, right?
Yeah.
So I think we're also gonna maybe get to witness a chamber if we get to see maybe an op head to head. That would be my entry. Again, being an operator player
Being an
myself,
op
that's
player, yeah.
that's kind of what fuels my flame, man.
Yeah. Speaking of fueling the flames, let's pour some jet fuel onto this spark
Whew,
and let's start this game, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to go live with map number 1,
let's go.
Haven, anytime soon. And speaking of the sides, we will have Goblin attackers starting on attack, and Team Mavericks will be on defense. Did I just say
Okay.
Goblin attackers instead of Goblin defenders? Fun fact,
Oh,
ladies and
I just
gentlemen.
realized.
Fun fact. No, they actually used to be called Goblin attackers at one point.
Wait, really?
Yeah, bro, we met. You know when we met them in Bangalore, TEC Arena Land
Oh,
last
yeah,
year.
yeah,
At
yeah.
that point, they were playing the community tournament, and they were called Goblin Attackers.
It swap sides.
Yeah, they swap sides. I don't know why they changed their name, but it looks cool regardless. Anyway, fellas, let's get into the agent selection.
Viper.
And Goblin Attackers. Keep in mind, the name is deceptive. They are Goblin Defenders. My bad. Holy shit. I keep messing it up so many times. It's not even funny anymore. uh, so yeah, Goblin Defenders are starting on attack. Good luck remembering all of that.
Good luck. And okay, let's have a glance over the composition, right? Killjoy is fairly standard. The Jets over Breach. Okay, so they are gonna be able to get a little more control if they wanna flex early on and towards the mid round. You have the Breach who facilitates the Jets' aggressive play along with maybe a
Hmm.
recon. And on the other side, I'm very interested to see if there's gonna be a Viper on Haven. This is gonna be some next level mind games if they go into it, because a Viper on Haven, sure, I mean, a lot of us have discussed it in our nightmares and in our fantasies, but seeing it actually work is a different beast of its own.
Power of manifestation.
Don't go there.
Don't go there. Let's not go there. We had a little too much discussion about manifestation and actualization last night. But Toxic Sumit, Living up to the name, actually picking up the Toxic Viper. Let's see how much poison damage he can inflict.
Now, it's not only poison. So you have a Killjoy, you have a Viper. There's so much
Bro,
whole potential.
exactly, right? You make them vulnerable with the snake bite. They walk into your nano swarm. That's almost
God
an instant
bless.
death.
Legit. So to kind of help with that, they have a Sky, right? Now Sky, a very versatile initiator, because you can set up util from very safe. It's very easy to dispose of flashes. The Tailblazer is much more effective than a Sova drone in that sense, and more importantly, the heal. It's gonna maybe be a little harder for them on the attack. So I hope for their sake their defense is rock solid. With that double controller comp, they should have the ability to hold. But what's more important is the ability to shut down executes, right? That's what you'd
Yeah,
want to see against the double controller lineup. Fix and executes that help you deal with that util. So once you're at the site's yours, you win.
yeah. But while your Viper can double up as a pseudo sentinel on defense, what are you
Maybe
gonna do on attack? I don't think you have nearly enough flexibility.
just lurk.
That
I, I,
just look.
I get, see, now they have two controllers who are proficient from playing afar. You can set up
Yeah,
your Viper wall early. You can
on paper, yes. But given their previous performance, this is not the first time they're using the Viper on Haven, by the way. We saw this being used on many other maps.
okay.
Toxic Sumit loves Viper. There's a reason that's the Toxic in his
Okay.
name. He
Now it
loves the
makes
Viper.
sense. Now it makes
And
sense.
while he is a damn good player, I sometimes feel like it leaves his team with very little options.
I think that's a part of being a flexible flex in that sense. When you're a flex player, the plays that you make are going to be pivotal to the late round decision making and the impromptu decision making that your team is going to make.
Hmm.
And it's a very dicey line between making a play for a team and making a play for yourself, because
Hmm.
there are moments in Valorant where you need to be greedy as a lurk. You need to be in a position where even if things go haywire, you can secure the backlines, you can maybe get a kill or two, and you can make possibilities happen on the other side of the map, which
I
opens up
I
the
almost
window.
disagreed with you when you said you need to be a little greedy, but then you made your point very clear after that. Sorry, that was a bit misleading, bro. I just have to admit that was a bit misleading, which is what I hope that these teams will be good at, misleading their opponents, just bamboozling them to the best of their abilities, and hopefully getting in wins on the defense side. That's the condition for Mavericks. We already spoke about how this Viper can be impactful. Let's
Really set up, dude. They have two players at sea with that Viper wall that stretches all the way through garage.
Yep, and that should give them a good mid lockdown, but unfortunately, that's not where Goblin defenders are heading. They're
Classic.
making a beeline towards A long. Not even a shot, they just let Salmon lurk up over there. And while Vanguard is good enough to pick up that kill, can he wrap around and follow up as well?
Dicey, he's just juggling guns. He thinks he's a magician, but he really needs to let that magic course through his veins, as there is an Omen lurking amongst the shadows. They
Oh,
just
look at
slightly
that.
missed the timing, and they know that they do not have control through the backline,
Last
so they
player
need to make the
standing.
aggressive play into spawn, which simply just doesn't pan out.
Disintegrated.
They just get this, oh, nice thing, but yeah, they just get disintegrated at the opportunity that they were trying to grasp on.
Yeah, I mean, the idea that Goblin defenders had over there was spot on. They knew that they couldn't hold the side without control of shot.
Exactly.
They couldn't even contest long, right? Because you saw one jet
Team
and
A.
you saw a flash. That confirms at least two players down there. But
Minimum.
you don't even know how many more could be there. You don't want to take that chance. So you have no other choice but to push out towards the defender spawn side, force your fights over there on your own terms, hopefully, influence those. And then you can probably secure at least one of those areas.
Exactly. And wait, with the pistol round going the way of Mavericks, they can stay cool, stay steady, stay chill. As
need a
with this
draw.
double controller, you need to make sure the fight comes to you, right? With the inferior weapons,
Right
it's going to
there.
be timing and utility that will help them get anywhere close to netting this round for Goblin. And it looks like Goblin are trying to make a minor Hail Mary play towards C Long to try and get their hands on one orb. Oh, what? That was through the smoke, and look what finds the head of Toxic Sumo. Luckily, Blood doesn't give his life away there. That would have been way too expensive. They go in for a one-for-one trade, and hey, considering the investment, Goblin, they are getting value. And it's about making that value work with the opportunities that presented. And for now, it's well taken care of by Mavericks. They're noticing these small chinks in their armor. They're trying to deal with it via utility. And Goblin doing a good job of baiting it out. Now, the mid-round fights are well set up. The trades almost non-existent for Team Mavericks, which is why that Goblin tried to slow the pace down in that circumstance. And now the hit, it's a free B side they get to walk into. So they not only get that early kill crips, but they also get the plant. That means extra moolah in the bag and that much more opportunity to win the round. Oh, they're going towards 8. This is even better. That almost hit.
That almost did hit. And that could have been a game changer. But hey, Goblin defenders get the A side for themselves regardless of that interaction.
And
So-
they get the plant.
Yeah, and they get the plant. So that basically puts Team Mavericks in a little bit of a difficult situation because now they don't have anyone to cover the back
KJ
lines.
lagged out. Oh, it's a 2v3.
Oh yeah,
Oh, he
She's
just
back.
came back. And okay, they
Bro.
get the kill. This makes it doable. Although the trade is miles away. As long as they're able to hold this aggression from the back lines and with that
enemy
smoke,
remains.
it surely does help. It's a 1 versus 3. They starting to look league. Time is of the essence. They have the numbers to add comfort, however, and final frag taken care of. It did get dicey. It did get sweaty there. Maverick, they managed to recompose.
yeah, that was so weird, right? Having the KJ disconnect in the middle of the round.
Yeah, it's something that you might have in your normal matchmaking games. I have teammates like that. They'll be like, bro,
Yeah.
my order came, I need to go down. No timeout.
Yeah, dude, I just had a delivery. I forgot that it was on the door. I had to go open the door. That happened to me as well, by the way. You just didn't realize it because
Nobody realizes it.
nobody realizes it. I just like exposing my own plans and my own misfortunes to the world. But hey, 2-0. At least Goblin defenders were able to get the plant down, so that should
Exactly.
give them a little more moolah in the bank. And
Full set of
given-
util then.
this is their third time in a row heading back towards that A-long area. They always start off over here, and this is something that I noticed before as well. But Goblin defenders, these guys were very, very adamant on hitting the A side the last time they played. And I don't know if that makes them stubborn or if that makes them good. Because if you can keep bullying your opponent in the early phase of the game and start building that pressure onto them, right?
Yeah.
When you build that false narrative that, hey, we love taking A, you guys better stack up on A at the very start of the round. Once you condition your opponent into believing that, then you can start really putting some layers into those mind games. But for now, this is just the layer 1. So they have plenty of time to get stuff done.
Yeah.
The A side executes, it's already begun. Flashes and Suns going through. And No Mercy likes to get cheeky.
He's looking for it, man. He's waiting for the tap. He has the bird as well, but the spam, he disengages. He knows that the spam is imminent. Good setup for the post plant here. Again, this is the bonus. So they are looking to do damage and possibly take the dub. It's all on how these initial fights do go. The tail blaze gets destroyed immediately, and they're not able to break that crossfire between Hell and Short. That
Exactly.
smoke, it's a dead center that they walk into. They get mowed down. They get juiced up. And yeah, it's all on to one man. Little damage would be good, but hey,
I think he
it's too
would,
late to say sorry.
I think he would just get an exit frag. He knows they're gonna extend. And that smoke element from Goblin defenders was so impeccable, right? Because Team Mavericks was already inbound. They were sending their flashes in. They were already moving inside. At that point, they can't stop. If they get stopped by a smoke or something, they lose all the momentum of their utilities. And it's not like those are rechargeables, right? So you can't even afford to wait. So they have no choice but to go in. And the smoke comes in just like a couple milliseconds before they are about to exit that crossfire choke.
Yeah.
They even use the jet cloudburst to make sure that they have one angle covered and hopefully make things a little easier for themselves, but none of it mattered because Team Goblin defenders, they played ahead of the cloudburst, basically negating the anti-crossfire smoke that Mavericks put down.
You mentioned about that A side strat, right? Towards that towards the second round, Goblin got information that there's so much util towards Garage and towards B.
Yep.
Now they need to destroy that early, so when they try to make that fake, it
destroyed.
truly sells, and it looks like that's what
Exactly.
they're improvising on. Although this
Exactly.
Viper wall, again, there's reasons why this is annoying, right? You walk through that, you're the first one getting revealed, you're taking decay damage already. It's a huge deterrent.
Yeah, but I think Goblin defenders are playing around it really well, right? They forced out the Killjoy utility towards Garage, forced the rotations of the Omen back in that area. They even forced the Omen to put down another dark cover. So
Yeah.
they have the Viper Toxin Screen as well as the dark cover. That's so much utility baited out for Team Mavericks. And now they're going to full send it in towards C.
He missed the jump, no, little boy. Way down to the ground, the reveal, and the flash, pitch perfect. Although Blood finds that imminent trade. No! No
player
Mercy
standing.
really didn't have that utility backing him as he entered that site, which leaves Vanguard in an
Spike
unwinnable 1 versus
planted.
3. He'd much rather save the op because it could bring about greater value in the round coming forth.
Exactly. Goblin defenders played Team Mavericks like a fiddle. They baited out all the utility that could have stopped them, that could have been a hindrance towards the main execute. And once they got rid of all of that utility, they sent it hard towards the A side, knowing that there would be absolutely nobody to stop them, except probably a couple of players themselves over there, just defending it with their bodies with no util.
Yeah.
And those guys can be blinded very easily. Especially with the smokes that these guys are putting up, there's absolutely no way that Goblin defenders will miss their flashes or that Team Mavericks can dodge them. So, like, they don't even see them coming from a mile away.
I think one problem with the way they were trying to play around the Viper wall is the crossfire was set up so close, right behind the wall, right? It basically was a pop flash of death. There was no way it could have been dodged. They were blind, and with Lil Boy already, wait, that was Lil Boy, right, on the jet? Yeah. So
Yeah.
with Lil Boy already making so much space, it was almost like a fighter jet going through. I mean, I don't even know what they can be called here, but there was just no stopping Lil Boy here.
Yeah. Hey, at least he managed to save the ops, so yeah, he can carry that forward. The question is, where will he use it? If he uses it towards C long all by himself,
I don't mind it because he's changing his position every round. This is something I really like from any jet that does this. If you opt, you really can't let them know your next move. Oh, that was an inch close. Almost, but he sees 4 players there, so that should be a dead giveaway that the C side's going to be under siege anytime soon. And
but
look
he
at the
repositioned.
push.
Yeah, like you said, he loves to reposition. He shows his first presence towards C long, instantly pivots towards Garage. The only problem is his teammates are extending a little too ahead. But look at that Omen, Bloodinator. He
What a
managed to lay down a passive bait, and this puts his Viper in such a good spot in case they try to repeat this one. But Goblin defenders, they do not want to mess with it.
Well read.
Really well read. They see an opportunity, they take it, they go all the way towards C without even baiting, without even hesitating.
Yeah, they see the op that was positioned towards C early on rotate into its garage. They anticipate the A push and they deal with this very well. They don't take any risks in a round like this where things still could have gotten haywire.
Oh, Bloodinator. He works so hard to put his Viper into a nice position, into a
And
nice
that
bait.
happens.
And then that happens.
We all
Imagine
have those
doing,
teammates, Chris.
imagine all of that hard work going down the drain.
And now just hoping for some exit frags. I mean, it still makes the job of Goblin harder because they still don't have that economy well built, right? And
One enemy
could be
remaining.
maybe a frag. Nah, unlucky. With this round going down the drain, Vanguard still manages to hold on to that operator, which will be the beckoning light for his team yet again in the buy round. If he's able to continue his impromptu versatility in terms of where he positions himself, how he takes that aggressive frag, there still could be an early man advantage for the side of Team Mavericks. It's only the fact that the late round that Goblin play with the rotations and with the bait of utility does so well in countering all of Vanguard's
Here.
efforts.
I think you hit the nail right on the head, right there. Those were all the win conditions laid out. And let's see how many of those win conditions can Team Mavericks get going for themselves.
3 in a row now for Goblin as they're starting to really get into that groove.
3 ultimates for Goblin
Oh,
defenders
no.
as well.
What? Why didn't you break the recon? I think the setup is sort of a giveaway as No Mercy is pushed back by virtue of Util. And this does pull away the Viper who was trying to anchor towards the B side. So the job of forcing early rotation still the preferred strategy for Goblin as they continue to aggress all through the map. Although Team Mavericks reading that aren't playing this overly aggressive.
Yeah.
They're giving the respect, but how much respect is too much respect?
Yeah, exactly. That's the question. That's the burning question of the hour. And if you might have noticed, the Team Mavericks ने अपना Viper setup भी change कर दिया है. So obviously they're in a better position to defend A, but the C side is already under assault.
Aw.
The Omen commits his ultimate, reaches all the way towards the back of C. Meanwhile, Lil Boy is just killing everyone. Oh no! The smoke fades at the first possible time, and it works to the detriment of Vanguard. तो इतना सारा काम किया उसने लेकिन फिर भी कुछ फायदा नहीं हुआ and अभी सिर्फ एक इंसान है जो उन्हें बचा सकता है and that's this guy on the backstab.
They expect this. They expect this. They see this coming. So the position towards Cubby is gonna net goal.
One enemy remaining.
And if they manage to hold, never mind. Never mind. Goblin just wiped the deck and it's all out of blood yet again. Man has been what is the survivor of the carnage, right? Who goes through most of the trauma? It's usually blood, always the last one alive.
Let's do this.
Bro. I wouldn't go as far as to say that this is trauma.
Not yet.
I would say this is more like दुख. फिर धीरे धीरे दर्द आएगा, फिर धीरे धीरे पीड़ा आएगी. अभी तो शुरुआत है. ऐसे moments जब होते हैं ना, I feel so frustrated and I feel bad for the players. I genuinely do because I don't think Vanguard made any mistakes over there, but
It's a team game.
It's a criminal game. It's a team game, and he was just on the wrong end of Lil Boy's gun in that round. Anyway, this looks like a very fast C rush, right? Lil Boy
God, he
instantly
got
deleting them
demolished.
again. Yeah, dude, absolutely no mercy on this one.
And no hesitation on the peak, bro. They're just holding the D key and they have they have no clue, do they?
I don't think so.
He's got the beat. No, little boy just demolishes the flying cat.
Last player
And yet
standing.
again, when it feels like Team Mavericks are in a good position, ready to make a good play, and the setup is there, Goblins still find a way to rip it apart.
Exactly. And this is after Bloodnator worked so hard to set up his teammates for baits.
Spike
Exactly. Bro, दूसरी time हो रहा है ये. Previous, like, I think it was what, third round or fourth round, वहाँ पे उसने Viper को bait के लिए setup किया था. अच्छा setup था. Failed. And this time he uses the bait himself to set up the jet for success. सारे Bladestorm knives wait होते हैं. और ये timing देखो. बेचारे का नसीब खराब है, bro. Like, he's doing some really good stuff. अच्छा positions पकड़ रहा है.
And that's coming from an Omen main.
Yeah, that's coming from an Omen main. He's doing a really good job, but भाई उसके बाकी teammates follow up नहीं कर पा रहे उसके momentum
उसको
पे.
क्रिप्स का नसीब मिल गया, I think.
अच्छा, मेरा नसीब मिल गया उसे. इतना बदनसीब हूँ मैं.
Timing तो होता है हर बार.
Timing तो सबके साथ होता है, bro.
अभी तो time out लिया, so something good. Wait, is it a okay? It's the
Tactical
defender's timeout, right?
हाँ,
Thank God.
tactical
So
timeout.
Team Mavericks, they have just about enough money for a buy. Vanguard can yet again invest in their operator. They have the Killjoy ultimate, so it allows them to play a little more flexibly. And No Mercy is just 1 point away from his own. So is Toxic. Now their ultimates are syncing up. This is where Valorant starts becoming more of a setup game.
But they already had these ultimates since a very long time. It's been at least 3 or 4 rounds since they had them.
It's just that these early fights are so random that, for example, the last round, the KJ, which is Making, if I'm not
Mhm.
wrong, Macking. So,
Mac Tucking.
Mac Ducking. So,
Just call him Mac. I've played with him, by the way. Really cool kid.
but yeah, he just got so unlucky at that seaside the last round with that opening
I
frag.
know,
and
right?
Especially in this buy round, that's exactly what they need to dodge. And they have a double controller for that exact purpose. You
Exactly.
avoid taking early fights by laying down that utility. As soon as utility showers you, you try to disintegrate that hit, and that's why you find the gaps where you can take advantages over.
Exactly. I mean, at that point, I don't even think Mac wanted to pick that fight up. He laid down his util, put down his nano swarms, and he was just passively holding the angle with no intention of actually committing to the fight.
Hmm.
But the little boy क्या करता है? White swing करता है. सीधा one tap. क्या करोगे तुम? क्या उखाड़ोगे ऐसे situation में? So yeah, I mean, little boy is a little too strong.
I mean, can we start calling that the Tata peak, because regardless of who you hit, your car doesn't get dented?
Automobile jokes are not the vibe over here, OG. I don't do those.
Oh yeah, true.
I know you're a car guy. I know you're an F1 fan, but ये Valorant है दोस्त.
I mean, he's speaking like it's F1, bro.
Yeah, he's speaking. That's what some people would call a Ferrari peak. And it pisses me off because people don't know the difference between a normal peak, a Ferrari peak, a pop-in swing. People just say random words, bro.
Legit. I think this timeout is also for Vanguard. I think he's just quickly. Maybe Vanguard has stopped working, so he's just having to restart.
Ayo, bro. Please stop making these jokes, man.
Val error, dude. That way, I feel really bad about the way the first half went, just due to the fact they have this double controller and
They're not able
Sky,
to use
right?
it as well.
It's a good game plan, but I feel like just the pacing is messing up with how they have their early game and the mid round intent to set up each other. And at this point, they better start getting results, because as it goes over to the second half, things are just going to get a whole lot harder.
Exactly, right? I mean, you're supposed to use our Viper as a pseudo sentinel in this kind of a game plan. And while your Viper walls are versatile enough, you've been using this particular wall since a very long time, the one that spans all the way from the back of Seaside towards Garage and mid. And you keep changing it every now and then, one which covers long, short, as well as B. Sure, all of that is cool, all of that is fine. But Goblin defenders are not the kind of team that will just rush through the Viper util, right? You see how they're playing. They're breaking your Killjoy util first, falling back, fake somewhere else, fall back again. So they hit the site in layers. Except this time, because whenever I said they hit the site in layers, they try to defy their own game plan. They just rush all of them in with the breach ultimate and everything. They just send the entire execute right at the start of the round. This is the massive change of pace from Goblin defenders, by the way. We
Spike
haven't seen
planted.
them play this fast in a very long time.
Oh, that could have been a very crucial frag for Vanguard. Just barely a millisecond between the miss. And they know where the operator is positioned. They're not going to give this peek away for anything. They're just going to force Maverick to throw everything at them and steal everything like it's daylight robbery. Considering the utility Goblin defenders have as well, you have the Hunter's Fury, which makes this retake nigh impossible. Sure, you can get the frags. The Sova's going to be sitting a mile away, and as soon as you tap, he is the Hunter.
Yeah, and he's looking for his prey. He's mowing them down. If he can't, then no
enemy
mercy
remaining.
probably will. He
Beautiful
manages to get out of the
crossfire.
chokehold. Yeah, the crossfire indeed was beautiful. And they had a nice attempt to break it down, but it is just a little too slow.
And all the efforts going down in wanes. Not only that, but also the guns. Maverick. Things are starting to look a little bleak in this first map, in this first half, in fact.
Yeah.
As they did have a lot of utility to try and set up that post plan. They had the lockdown. If they facilitated No Mercy with the lockdown, he would have gotten a frag, they would have gotten the Seekers, they would have had the chance to play aggressive. And that's the kind of team play that we need to look out for if you need to topple someone like Goblin, because with the way Goblin are playing their attack, they're squeaky clean with what their game plan is, what their idea is, and how they want to execute it. There just doesn't seem to be any gaps that Team Maverick are able to find and exploit.
Exactly. And when you can't find any gaps, you have to manufacture them.
You have to force them in.
You have to force them in. Can you do that? I don't know. Mac the King timing is unfortunate. His turret helps him out a little bit, but he's been revealed by the recon, and when he tries to get in inside, Lil Boy will just shoot his head off, even though Lil Boy was paranoid. And now the rest of Goblin defenders are looking like they just want to play deathmatch. Andar ghuske maar rahe hai. And I don't think there's any scope of retake over here, right? 2v5, barely any weapons, sare angles covered hai. Kahan jaoge?
Yeah, Paranoid doesn't work against a guy who's ice cold drains. Sadly, 7-2. It just doesn't seem like Goblin defenders can do no wrong in this grand finals.
Careful there.
And again, Goblin, they've been having a very nice hot streak through the event. So if they're able to do a very clinical map 1 and end up with map 2 being dominant, dude, that's gonna be a nice way to celebrate the off season, right?
Celebrate the off season. Let's not talk about celebrating just yet. We still have a long way to go, bro. This is the best of 3. Sure, Goblin defenders have the momentum in the first half, but वो momentum कब shift होएगा, कब बदलेगा, there's no guarantee of it. Oh, interesting setup. Look at this. They've changed their Killjoy setup too. All the util is towards
Finally,
this
let's
A
go.
site now. And Mac the King, finally acting like an entry fragger, manages to get back as well. The aftershock will clear him out. Challenges again, लेकिन Kibo ऐसे नहीं जाने देगा तुम्हें.
Valiant effort, 30 HP on Kibo. That could have gone either way. The frag down nonetheless. That puts a lot of pressure on a Toxic Summit. He doesn't have his utility as well to aid on his defense towards this A site. So, oh, drop the Viper. Yes, he didn't push that smoke. Now he stands so much more of a chance. This is exactly what they needed. We've been waiting for so long for these ultimates to be used. And at this position, I mean, this breach is making a
Timing.
very ballsy play, and it's very expected. 30 HP, you would want to go in that Viper Spit, at least get information. The trade's there. Vanguard, no, the stun, he has to dash out. At least he makes it out alive, but still, the man deficit, the lockdown in the backpack, things are still looking nigh impossible for them to win.
Exactly, and this A site has been the bread and butter of Goblin defenders. They've been using it as a crutch, and you know what? It's working so well. They haven't even used their ultimates to defend this. The Seekers come through, but that information doesn't let them act on it.
I mean, the frag on Vanguard was just sad. They try their very best, but they simply can't succeed. Team Mavericks, at this point, I think you'd rather just change the game up, right? Because what essentially has been happening for the last few rounds on repeat grips is the fight on site is lost and the entire effort to retake has gone flat. Now, what if
Exactly.
you don't play retake? What if you play W?
Okay, yeah, that's a viable strat. And you know what? I think these guys can hear you. They're going for a W. I mean, it's in eco round. They don't have much weapons to work with. And they're all standing outside of B. So it seems like one of those W rounds. And it's not like Mavericks W नहीं दबा रही है, ठीक है? They have been pressing that W button. वो आगे जा रहे हैं
वो
और
टाइमिंग पे
और हाँ, टाइमिंग पे भी जा रहे हैं ना, ऐसा भी नहीं हो रहा कि वो लोग रैंडमली पुश कर रहे हैं, नहीं, सोच समझ के कर रहे हैं.
वही।
Whenever Goblin defenders show presence towards garage या seaside, Mavericks push A long. And that's good because at least बाद में अगर Goblin defenders fake करके वापस A जाने की कोशिश करेगा, then Team Mavericks will get all the early information in the world. So
Yeah.
उनके पुश के philosophies, उनके पुश के टाइमिंग्स अच्छे हैं. और उनके बेट सेटअप्स भी अच्छे हैं. लाइक यार मुझे ब्लडीनेटर के लिए बहुत बुरा लग रहा है, इतना अच्छा सेटअप कर रहा है वो. एक बार उसने टॉक्सिक समिट के लिए सेटअप किया, एक बार उसके जेट वैंगार्ड के लिए सेटअप किया, एंड ही गॉट इनटू दोस पोजीशंस टू टाइम्स बैक टू बैक. स्टिल
You know, I
nothing.
think compared to any other tactical FPS, Valorant has to be the more mentally taxing game in the senses
I
of
know, right? Especially
are
when
so
stuff like
many-
that happens to you.
yeah, there are so many of these instances where on paper you're the one who wins the fight,
Yeah.
when in reality it's
Reality
something
hits you
else.
like a truck. And speaking of hitting them like a truck, Team Mavericks is about to go down this alley like a bunch of
Let's go,
loud,
Vanguard.
angry people. And nice shot by Vanguard. In fact, they might be looking to fall back as well. He dodges the aftershock, but my goodness, he continues his killing spree. Even No Mercy chimes in with one of his own. Jason does manage to trade it out, but can he get them all? He does! He avenges all of his
enemy
fallen
remaining.
teammates. No,
Finally.
Sonic, you can't put down a smoke in a position like this. He pulled out the smoke while he was entering the sites, and that is just not happening. So, Risen, he's gonna have to finish what he started. He's the one who made this round look possible. He's the one who got the triple kill, and now he has to make it all on his own.
Ace it to win it, baby. He needs to make the clip and maybe put Maverick in a dip. He's gonna get the opportunity to get a free plant, and he's having a
Spike
lot
planted.
on his hands. There is a gun, of course, and they're not playing this entirely together, Team Mavericks. There are okay, never mind. They regroup towards garage, the more important play to make. Of course, the sky is low, so you're gonna try using it as a bait, right? You're gonna try hitting him with a 1-2 punch. Risen, he's risen above the task, although he's fallen to his grave and he's fallen for the clutch. Unfortunate, but hey, Team Maverick, with the way they played that towards the B site where they were playing off the aggro, if I'm not wrong, it's the Jet and the Omen alongside the Sky, right?
Yeah.
Those
Last
sheriffs
round
sung the
before the
song at
switch.
death. And this
Don't say
W
anything.
gameplay is exactly
Last
what will
chance to
throw
use our
off
stuff.
the slow, meticulous kind of game. Because there were some angles which Goblin couldn't clear. Predominantly the one towards the left side of mid, near the box. So making small plays like that, maybe now a fast play towards C long or towards Cubby, might just change the entire game up. We might just have another game on our hands, folks.
Oh, we definitely might just have a game on our hands. I mean, Team Mavericks figured out the key to success, but I think it might be a little too late.
I love this! Flash and dash, baby! Vanguard gets the kill, and there are 3 people in the back line trying to aid him, so it's not going to be an easy task to find the refrag. Although the
Oh
frag
no.
pitch perfect, and Sonic is able to find the trade. Keeps things competitive. It's a 4v4. All the early efforts that Maverick went through, now undone.
He actually picks up that orb all the way through. जबकि टीम एवरेज के 3 लोग उधर ही खड़े हैं spamming down. That's actually a brave move to make. And look at Salman, he tries to thread the needle. लर्क प्ले के लिए जा रहा है वो, और उसकी टाइमिंग परफेक्ट है. जैसे वो बी पे आने की कोशिश कर रहा था, मैक द किंग बाहर जा रहे थे, and he's already snuck into the site. अब बस उन्हें केजे वर्सेस केजे बैटल जीतनी है, and no, मैक wins it. तो उनका ये वाला लर्क तो अनसक्सेसफुल हो गया, लेकिन अब उनने यहाँ पे स्काई को, स्काई को नहीं, किलजॉय को स्पॉट कर लिया
Look
है.
at Garage.
गराज तो उनने पहले ही क्लियर कर दिया था, लेकिन उनने किलजॉय को भी इधर स्पॉट किया था. पहले उनने सी पे वाइपर और ओबन को भी देखा था. तो ये सारी इंफॉर्मेशन के कारण गॉब्लिन डिफेंडिंग के लिए काफी ऑब्वियस हो जाएगा कि भाई सी साइड अभी क्लियर होगा.
Look at Rizzo. He's trying to make the hero play. Unfortunate because Team Maverick
30
were
seconds
waiting for the
left.
plan. They're ready to go back to post-plan duty.
Spike planted.
Seems like we have the YouTube lineup. It's gonna head towards side default, and finally we get to see the lockdown. So big ultimates being disposed of. Mind you, they have the Rolling Thunder, and what is this? Outrageous triple kill! Oh, the Rolling Thunder connects, and they find the trades. Unbelievable!
Absolutely unbelievable.
Switching
क्या
sides.
था ये भाई? क्या था ये?
The triple kill out of nowhere.
और ट्रिपल किल छोड़ो भाई, वो इतना जल्दी जा क्यों रहे हैं अंदर? लॉकडाउन लगाया है. आई ऑब्वियसली अज्यूम कि लॉकडाउन लगाने के बाद योर प्लान इज कि आप अटैकर्स को वहां से बाहर निकलने दोगे, रीटेक पे खेलोगे, लेकिन लॉकडाउन पॉप होने से पहले ही आप अंदर जाते हो और कीबो आपका कीमा मरा देता है. भाई ये कैसा ट्रिपल किल है? लाइक मुझे मालूम है कीबो इज गुड, बट दिस गुड डूड, दिस इज अनफेयर.
This is Imba Loki.
Imba. For those of you who are wondering what's Imba, it basically means imbalanced. It's more of a Dota term. बहुत ज़्यादा Dota खेल रहा है आजकल जी.
Bro, Dota छोड़ अभी तो 9-3 हो गया तो लोटा नहीं छोड़ना है.
Half time. Yeah, but wait. Everyone says कि 9-3 curse real है. Do you believe in that curse? Superstitious है क्या तू?
Nah.
Nah? Okay.
Nah.
OG doesn't
I
believe.
just know my teammates are bad, so I give up.
दर्द भाई दर्द.
Reality, us moment. But this first half, it looked a little bleak, right?
It
Let's
does.
be honest. Team
Yeah.
Mavericks, it took them a while to find the ways to improvise, especially towards that mid round. What they did was very smart. It might have been a tough heart, well, tough luck too. This is life. It happens.
It happens.
Now you need to find a way to rebound. They have a double controller lineup, right? Now we complimented so much about the double controller on defense. Now let's talk about the double controller on attack. Even if your Viper dies, you have an Omen to give you cover towards side.
ठीक है.
You have one dedicated lurk.
ठीक है.
Now, if you manage to play this a little slow, just like how Goblin did, look at the util that Goblin have to play the attack with.
And wait, that's a good point. If Mavericks do play this slowly, they can probably make a good job out of it. They can probably do well. But Goblin passive team नहीं है.
चल, वो
उनका
भी
नाम
है.
गॉब्लिन डिफेंडर्स है. मतलब ये वो डिफेंस पे अटैक करते हैं वो लोग. एग्रेसिव खेलते हैं वो लोग. एंड आई थिंक मैवरिक का भी वही प्लान था. स्टार्टिंग में उनको एग्रेसिव खेलना था.
It just didn't
and-
work sadly on sometimes.
Yeah, and because it did not work in the first 3 rounds, उनने aggression पूरी तरह से बंद कर दिया. From round 7 to round 10 तक. Round 10 में उनने पुश किया ना कि
हाँ.
round 9 में. So basically there was a patch of rounds, 2-3 rounds बीच में जहां पे उनने बिल्कुल W नहीं दबाया. क्यों? क्योंकि स्टार्टिंग ऑफ द राउंड में जब वो लोग स्टार्टिंग ऑफ द हाफ में जब वो लोग W दबा रहे थे तभी उसने काम नहीं किया. So they are like, oh no, let's not take that risk at all. And that's exactly what Goblin defenders wanted, right? They wanted to condition their opponents into dropping that aggressive stance. It worked.
Now, if you have to, you know, let's say you're a player or the coach of Team Maverick, what would be the things that you'd be saying your team right now?
Bro, एक tough question पूछ लिया है तुमने. Okay, ठीक है. टीम मैवरिक्स यार पहली बात तो मैं वाइपर के साथ कैसे कोच करूं तुम्हें. मैं खुद वाइपर नहीं खेलता. वहीं पे मेरा खत्म हो गया. ओके ठीक है. सो यहाँ पे एक चीज है कि वाइपर का पोस्ट प्लान बहुत स्ट्रांग हो सकता है. ओमन का स्मोक जब पोस्ट प्लान पे तुम डालते हो, दे जस्ट नीड टू फ्लैश आउट ऑफ इट एंड कम आउट द डिफेंडर्स, राइट? यही तुम एक पॉइजन क्लाउड डाल दो, तुम वल्नरेबल भी हो जाओगे. इट्स ऑटोमेटिकली मच हार्डर टू गेट द पोस्ट प्लांट. Right, so the key win condition for them is to keep their Viper alive towards the end of the round after the plant has gone down. That's one of the major win conditions. उसके पहले का win condition क्या है कि तुम्हें information निकालनी है कि वो लोग है कहाँ पे, और उसके लिए तुम्हारे पास उतने agents है नहीं. हाँ, तुम स्काई के साथ थोड़ी बहुत इन्फॉर्मेशन निकाल लोगे, लेकिन जिस स्पेस पे गॉब्लिन डिफेंडर्स रोटेट करती है, दैट इन्फॉर्मेशन जो तुम निकालोगे, इट विल गेट रिडंडेंट विद इन अ मैटर ऑफ सेकंड्स. तो बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है ना ये.
So I feel like you should use that as a double-edged sword. Now with the Sky, the Jet, they have a lot of ability to fake, as well as the Omen, right? These are agents that are not only mobile by themselves but have a lot of mobile utility. Now if you cause rotations and you get the toxic Sumit on a very nice lurk and a good timing and a position, that either enables you to cut rotations and make the play to the other side, or while the rotation's happening to the actual hit, he finds the backline timings and he makes a big play. There are multiple possibilities that they can play around here with how they draw the aggro.
Yeah, there are multiple possibilities, but there's a lot of ifs and buts to that. Like, बहुत सारे win conditions active करने पड़ेंगे for this to work.
Yeah.
So, इतना future planning I don't think हो पाता है, bro. थोड़ा बहुत you have to be a little flexible in the middle of the game that
I
way.
love that lineup. So that blocks any LOS from me, and you won't really have any information unless they hit side. If you play well with that poison cloud. So this essentially forces Goblin to try and stack up on a crossfire a little aggressively towards the other sides of the map. You see that at C. you see that at A, as we have the lobby push commencing at the moment, which is being watched by an alarm bot, mind you, while the C split is in full fruition. So you have
Exactly.
KJ and a Viper, which both work as a viable lurk.
Careful.
This is the play that haunted Mavericks. They need to make this play punished.
Yeah, but can they use Goblin Defender's own attacks against them? Can they give them a taste of their own medicine? I don't think so. This defense looks impeccable. Salman on logs hasn't been cleared, and when Lil Boy and Keyboard try to swing, they get decimated, so that works. Toxic Sumit somehow brings it back, but it's all up to Salman once again. He made it work before. He has to step up once more. It's up to him. And double peak. Risen comes in to help him out at the best possible time, leaving Mac all by himself.
Wide open, and the double swing was just brutal. Salman just shutting the door on that C site,
I can hold an
defending
area
it
pretty well
in
myself. Here.
a very, very well set crossfire from within back of sight and the spawn rotation. Again, if timing was just a little bit better and maybe they would have spaced themselves a little closer, that could have gone entirely different. But that 2 versus 2, they could have reset. They could have played that a little differently for hopefully a slower take.
Lot of could have, would have, should have. A lot of those. So yeah, a lot of these ifs and buts. एक बात है, ये जो Viper lineup ये लोग use कर रहे हैं ना, this smoke that lands in the center of B,
Placing sentry.
you know, if they play their cards right, they can avoid the alarm bot with it and have someone sneak past. Mini आप में देख लीजिए, Goblin Defenders के players कोई भी B पे है नहीं, सिर्फ एक alarm bot है. और जब तक वो alarm bot टूटता नहीं, तब तक Goblin Defenders वो area को कोई मानेगा भी नहीं.
That counters the smoke, by the way. The Viper smoke that they throw towards B.
Exactly. So they can sneak past it no? With that Viper smoke. So they will probably use it at some later point in the round. But so far, Team Mavericks is just hell bent on going towards C.
Just holds them at bay, and look at the rotation. Look at the amount of time that he's bought. Sonic just puts a full stop and puts an end to Summit.
Okay. पूरा momentum यहाँ पे chop out हो गया Team Mavericks का.
हाँ ना?
But ठीक है, at least they didn't use too much util, right? This wasn't their main plan. C rush करने का इरादा नहीं था उनका. Although in an eco round like that, I don't know what else they can do. Time काफी खत्म हो गया, 40 seconds बचे हैं. और वो हिसाब से तो अब तक Goblin Defenders ने अपने players भी spread out कर लिए हैं. तो वो early fake जो इनने C पे किया, it's not gonna sell that again. Goblin Defenders won't fall for it.
I think unka KJ timing is
30
so much more
seconds left.
important, and that's what they might be trying to fight for. If this crunch, oh, they could have gotten that side on the right foot. He still finds the headshot. The trade's in, however, and there's still no timing on a Macking who's given away his sound. They know that there is somebody lurking in through garage. They didn't get the frag. They didn't get the momentum in towards side, and they had to disengage.
Yeah, but this kill जो in garage is gonna be
Time
so
देखो दोस्त.
important. Yeah, time तो है नहीं, लेकिन Mac यहाँ पे distract कर रहा हूँ. वो Mac को
didn't
kill
get
भी
a
मिल गया,
nanoswarm.
Player
लेकिन plant
standing.
No,
Plant नहीं मिलेगा.
नहीं हुआ. He wins it just by time. Who needs to get a 3k heroic play when you just swing around holding a wall?
यार बहुत chaotic हो गया. Like Team Mavericks का जो plan था, अगर वो थोड़ा जल्दी करते it could have worked. You know, उन्हें C पे अच्छा फेक दिखाया. Goblin के players उधर आ भी चुके थे. Instantly अगर वो B की तरफ pivot करते, टीम Goblin Defenders को पता भी नहीं पड़ता क्योंकि Mavericks का जो smoke था Viper smoke B पे, वो help करता था उन्हें. So they could have used it, but नहीं, बहुत late किया. I mean, Mac का तो lurk भी अच्छा था, but timing, दोस्त timing नहीं है आपके पास.
और अगर हम टाइमिंग की बात करें ब्रो,
Oh my god, this is a bloodbath. Everyone's fighting over here. Everyone's committing as well. Bloodinator just about makes it back with the aftershock. But hey, after all is said and done, Team Mavericks lost 2 players. They did get 1 kill, and I think for an eco round like this, it's not bad. They can still make it work.
Spike down A.
Okay. They could have made it work if Risen didn't get that kill. Now they have what? They have
Last
not much
player
to work
standing.
with. And they're just falling like flies. This SOA utility is helping these free fires chime in so effectively.
yeah, I think one thing that we see from
Match
Goblin
point.
not only on the defense but also the attack is how they perfectly layer the initiator utility. Like you never saw a flash or a recon with miss its purpose or its mark, and especially in terms of how Team Mavericks were playing their defense, that demolished them with how they're playing behind walls and smokes. Flashes are the easiest way to try and counter that if you're trying to play aggressive. So Team Goblin, 12 to 3,
Right there.
on the verge of closing this out, by far looking untouchable in this grand finals, and the next map
Exactly.
is going to be Fracture, which is all reliant about confidence in your
Yeah.
fights.
And Goblin defenders want to end this right here and now. उन्हें already recon dart मार दिया जो by the way किसी ने नहीं तोड़ा और उन्हें already सलमान को below window position कर लिया है.
Bro, two
बाकी
people
players
playing heaven.
Exactly वही ना और ये सारे लोग B पे थे पहले. They help Salman get into that position. एक बार सलमान वहाँ पे पहुंच गया वो लोग वापस रोटेट करके A पे चले जाएंगे ready to intercept the Mavericks जैसे ही वो अंदर आ रहे हैं.
And they still find the opening frag. It's like Goblin knew exactly what's up. They had a decent bit of time to even set up for the defense. क्योंकि ऐसा नहीं था कि पूरा hit एक ही समय में हुआ. थोड़ा 20 सेकंड आराम से लग गए. And अभी 4v4 में trying to push it before the plant even happened. उनका timing तो खराब था नसीब जैसा.
Okay, at least round खराब नहीं था. They
वही ना.
finally get
Goblin
around.
की बात कर रहा था मैं.
Oh, अच्छा Goblin के लिए. Sorry. माफ कर दे मुझे जी. मारना मत मुझे please. Anyway, it's still very bleak. 12-4.
I mean, yeah, having so much hopium is not a good thing.
Copium, none of that's gonna be enough. Not when Kibo has his ultimate.
Not when Kibo has 15 frags.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and by the way, fun fact: for the first 5 or 6 rounds, Kibo had only one frag. He
Yeah.
climbed up all of this. He regained all of those frags towards the tail end of the game.
I love this play, you know, fast play with the Seekers. This is one reason I love playing Sky. You get so much info that helps you with live info on an execute. There's nothing that can beat that.
And with this, they don't just get info; they're getting space as well. Those Seekers push Mavericks back.
They're playing
Or
off
a-
the recharge. I think, for the first time.
Exactly. Or a-
He gets a shock dart!
Nice.
Let's go!
Nice. And with that, उनका सारा postman duty खत्म हो गया.
Plant ही deny हो गया दोस्त. Side किधर है अब?
वो भी है postman कहाँ ही आएगा. एक तो उन्होंने rolling thunder भी commit कर दिया, pushing them back even further. और अब मेरा ये भाई
Blood!
मैं
Bro,
सच्ची
उसका address दे. अब भी I want to go and hug them, bro. एक महीने से ये डिप्रेशन है देखा
ये सेम तेरे गेम में भी होता है तेरे साथ.
मेरे टीममेट्स के साथ.
अच्छा तेरे टीममेट्स के साथ. Okay, wait, but Mavericks को rotate करने भी नहीं मिलेगा. Look at how aggressively Goblin defenders are
They
playing.
have window, they have bottom grass.
Exactly. कोई जगह ही नहीं आगे जाने के लिए.
मुंबई की तरह है.
Last
Ba-
player standing. Spike down. Attacker spawn.
My
Flash
God.
is
30
perfect,
seconds
but the
left.
play is already done. क्या frags निकाले भाई ने. अभी Risen looking to put the final nail in the coffin, although Mercy showing none of it, however. Tries to swing in, Sonic intercept, and
Defenders
13-4. ऐसा लगता है कि थोड़ा 5 मिनट पहले ही गेम शुरू हुआ.
हाँ ये तो शुरू होते ही खत्म हो गया. अभी तो हम लोग बैठे थे इधर.
I
अभी
mean-
तूने वो जोक मारा था गंदा सा और अभी गेम भी खत्म हो गया. Anyway, I think this is just a massive statement for Goblin defenders, right? They showed exactly how much they are better, and like by what degree, by what extent.
It's not only the team play but also individually देखा जाए तो every player on that roster has made a play to win at least one round minimum.
Exactly.
Lil Boy on his aggressive play with the flash shooter from the breach, and you know, you have players like Kibojin who from nowhere find 3 frags when they're not supposed to.
Exactly, and it's not even like he used a flash or some util to
नहीं,
get that
dry
triple kill.
peek था.
Dry peek, bro, dry peek में triple kill लेके जा रहा है वो. Imagine. So yeah, that's just individual brilliance over there. Why do you think he made it to VCL South Asia, bro? Kibo, bro,
हाँ ना.
Kibo, talented kid. I think बहुत दूर जाएगा ये. उसके बाद Zonic के smoke timings इतने अच्छे थे भाई. Like वो ऐसे खतरनाक टाइमिंग्स पे स्मोक डालेगा ना, सामने वाला अंदर आने से पहले 2 बार सोचेगा. और वो 2 बार सोचने के चक्कर में उन्हें 2 गोली भी पड़ेगी, हेल्थ कम हो जाएगा, सारा यूटिल खत्म हो जाएगा. एंड वहीं पे तुम्हारा मोमेंटम जब्त. ओवर.
Exactly.
तो ये काइंड ऑफ प्लेज जो गॉब्लिन डिफेंडर्स यहाँ पे बना रहे हैं, दोज आर द नेक्स्ट लेवल प्लेज दैट आई थिंक एनी टीम शुड बी मेकिंग. प्लस इट्स नॉट लाइक मैवरिक्स डिसीजन नहीं ले पा रहे, प्ले नहीं बना पा रहे, राइट? वो प्ले बना रहे हैं. वी सॉ स्टार्टिंग ऑफ द गेम में कैसे वो लोग एग्रो
अच्छे से improvise करिए.
हाँ इम्प्रोवाइज अच्छे से कर रहे थे, राइट?
हाँ.
रिएक्टिव प्लेज उनके अच्छे थे. व्हेन दे ट्राई टू गो फॉर अ फ्लैंक, टाइमिंग इज गुड, थॉट फिलॉसफी गुड, एग्जीक्यूशन या वो वहां पे थोड़ा मार खा जाते थे वो लोग.
I mean, again, वो Valorant का trademark है, because तू execute बना सकता है, तू 100 बार कर सकता है, पर अगर वो timing नहीं लगा वो important round पे,
हाँ,
you'll
then
think
it's
all your practice is not worth anything. But no, it's a
Exactly.
circumstantial thing.
Also OC, this entire statement felt like trauma dumping.
एक मन से रैंक नहीं खेला for a reason, bro. मेरे को ये ताजा feeling चाहिए था. Like we got to see mad plays, I felt good. We got to
Yeah.
see whiffs, I felt human.
You felt human.
We're all human. But you know,
Yeah.
it's a tough game, dude.
It's
And again, fracture पे अभी भी हो सकता है दोस्त. Best of 3 है ये.
Yeah, fracture पे अभी भी हो सकता है दोस्तों. This is gonna be a nice best of 3 affair. Haven पे aggro plays try किए थे Mavericks ने, काम नहीं किए. Goblin defenders के, I mean, I can't even call them aggro plays. They were just playing their role.
They were Goblin plays.
Yeah, they were just playing goblin roles, and it was working. And when they try to actually make plays, my God, Mavericks got shut down. So let's see if they can come back on map number 2 or not. We'll be back with Fracture after a short break. Don't go anywhere.
The shadow rises and I walk through the valley, but I won't let nothing take my heart away. I recognize the powers as they rally. Call the names, I break them one by one and face to face. And I hear the voice of an angel telling me not to lay down. And I feel the spirit guiding, telling me not to give up. Hold on to every promise I've been praying for tonight. I hold on to every coming, won't surrender, not tonight. Won't surrender, not tonight. Won't surrender, not tonight. Darling, I've been tempted by the darkness, telling me that I should throw it all away. Fight so hard, my heart is hardly helpless. Find myself so desperate on my knees to break. And I hear the voice of an angel telling me not to lay down. And I feel the spirit guiding, telling me not to give up. Hold on to every promise I've been praying for tonight. I hold on to every coming, won't surrender, not tonight. The shadow rises and I walk through the valley, but I won't let nothing take my heart away. I recognize the powers as they rally. Call the names, I break them one by one and face to face. And I hear the voice of an angel telling me not to lay down. And I feel the spirit guiding, telling me not to give up. Hold on to every promise I've been praying for tonight. I hold on to every coming, won't surrender, So desperate on my knees to breathe. And I hear the voice of an angel telling me not to lay down. And I feel the spirit guiding, telling me not to give up. Hold on to every promise I've been praying for tonight. I hold on to every garment, won't surrender, not tonight. The shadow rises as I walk through the valley, but I won't let nothing take my heart away. I recognize the powers as they rally, call the names, I break them one by one and face to face. And I hear the voice of an angel telling me not to lay down. And I feel the spirit guiding, telling me not to give up. Hold on to every promise I've been praying for tonight. I hold on to every garment, won't surrender, not tonight.
हेलो दोस्तों, एक बार फिर से आपका स्वागत है वैलोरेंट जीई अंडरग्राउंड में। मेरा नाम है क्रिप्स, मेरे साथ है मेरा खास दोस्त ओजी, बैंगलोर से आया मेरे से मिलने।
हाँ ना।
पीछे हमारा एक और दोस्त है आईसी बेबी, मलेशिया से आया है मुझे मिलने। हम सब कास्टर्स उधर बैठ के चिल कर रहे हैं एंड हमने सोचा कि यार आज कास्टिंग कर ही रहे तो थोड़ा कैजुअल वाइब में करते हैं।
वही ना।
मैच भी मजा आ रहा है, मैच भी काफी अच्छा है बिकॉज इट्स जस्ट सम ऑफ द यंग स्टार्स ऑफ इंडिया, शाइनिंग स्टार्स हु पोटेंशियली कैन बी सुपरस्टार्स later on at some point.
Exactly.
Goblin defenders बहुत dominant थी throughout the tournament और आज भी dominate ही कर रहे हैं।
हाँ।
जिस तरह से उन्होंने first map Haven खत्म किया 13-4 हरा के, मेरे को तो मजा आ गया देख के।
True.
But at the same time, I kind of want Mavericks to step up क्योंकि if they do, this will be a nice revenge storyline.
हाँ।
Because Team Mavericks starting का game तो उन्हें forfeit win मिल गया था, but then they lost to this very team. They lost to Goblin defenders. Goblin
Exactly.
defenders knocked them down into the lower bracket और वहां से Mavericks सबको हरा हरा के तीन टीम्स को एलिमिनेट करके वापस एक बार फाइनल्स में पहुंची है, and this for them is a revenge match against Goblin defenders. So if they win this, this will be a perfect Cinderella run for Team Mavericks. लेकिन फिलहाल के लिए they are one map down. Haven जीत चुकी है Goblin defenders, that too with a very dominant scoreline.
Yeah.
अगला मैप होने वाला Fracture.
अभी देख, even though Goblin won with such a dominant scoreline, right?
Mhm.
A couple of those rounds could be attributed to timing. A couple of those rounds could be attributed to just completely outstratting them or outthinking them in the
Exactly.
mid round.
Exactly.
Abhi fracture mein, if you're trying to do this, it's a different ball game altogether. Because
बराबर.
you have to force that initial fight regardless, and that's where I feel like Team Maverick might stand the chance, because you always notice that if it is a one-on-one fight, there's still a good chance that it's a 50-50. It's not like
Okay.
they're losing cause the aim diff is real. No, ऐसा कुछ
हाँ,
नहीं है.
aim अच्छा है सबका यहाँ पे.
And in fracture, it's all about getting that first duel and how you work off either a advantage or a disadvantage. Because if you're disadvantaged, you push the other side, you make plays, you get info. If you have the advantage, you try playing passive, you try getting a crossfire setup, you try playing on the back of utility. So if you get to see that, बहुत मजा आएगा.
बहुत मजा आएगा, definitely. Well, let's get into the game, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be
Neon.
Yeah, we spoke about it in the pre-game segment.
Exactly.
Exactly. We spoke about it in the pre-game segment. We
हाँ.
spoke about कैसे बहुत टाइम से यार एक अच्छा नियॉन गेम प्ले नहीं देखने
पर
मिला
जिबेट
हमें.
हो गया ना हम दोनों.
जिबेट हो गया. अरे यार, Lil Boy pick Jet. Yeah, ठीक है. I mean, Lil Boy on Jet is also very fascinating to watch.
ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि बोरिंग हो जाएगा.
अरे, well, okay. I mean, I'm just debunking our pre-game conversation. Anyway, so this is Team Goblin Defender starting on attack, and we have Team Mavericks on defense. Anything you notice about this lineup in particular? I say this is like a standard split, not split. This is the standard fractured lineup for Team Mavericks at least. Although Goblin defenders are trying a double duelist strat, which honestly isn't that bad either. I've seen
Uh,
so many teams pull off this double duelist and it actually works.
See, the thing is, at least in Fracture, right? I understand if the Jet is the other duelist when the double up draft is there.
Hmm.
If that's out of the equation, a lot of the plays that you can do are well removed. Again, like we had the discussion in the pregame, this is where agents like Chamber really find somewhat of a viable middle ground where it's not a strong, very strong agent on its own, but it can make that substitution work if you're able to layer it well, and if again things go the way you think, which always doesn't happen in Valorant, right? That's why we love this game. Although with the double duelist lineup that we have in front of us, it's going to be reliant on not only the executes being layered in a fast way. You can have the Jet go towards one side of the main, you can have Raze go towards either arcade or drop, you have two duelists on either side who can make fast distance and really put like pressure on the defense if they get their aim fights rolling.
Hmm.
But you now on the side of Mavericks are in that dilemma where I felt like they had last time. You have so much util, you have so many combinations, you
Hmm.
have so many setups,
Hmm.
but not overthinking it and using the right one at the right time is
Yeah.
something that's very understated.
Yeah. I'm so glad that you mentioned overthinking because I think Team Mavericks overthinking के trap में बहुत ज़्यादा फंस रहे थे. You remember that one round जहाँ पे वो लोग हेवन पे सी लॉन्ग पे खड़े हैं, fake sell करने
Four
की
of them,
ट्राई
na?
कर रहे हैं. When they were on attack.
Oh, okay,
हाँ,
okay, okay.
अटैक पे सी लॉन्ग पे वो लोग खड़े हैं, फेक सेल करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, रोटेशंस ड्रॉ इन कर ली है, फिर उनका कुछ लाइक 10-20 सेकंड फुल रेडियो साइलेंस, कुछ नहीं दिखा उनकी तरफ से. गॉब्लिन डिफेंडर्स वापस पीछे चले गए एंड उसके बाद दैट वाज द परफेक्ट टाइम टू हिट सी, बट नो, दे वेटेड सो लॉन्ग. उनका ना ही गराज प्ले टाइम पे बन पाया, ना ही उनका बी प्ले टाइम पे बन पाया. और ऐसा नहीं कि प्ले गलत था, प्ले ब्रिलियंट था, बट उनने इतना टाइम लगा दिया, भाई साहब को प्लांट करने का मौका ही नहीं मिला. And you know the penalty for losing a round without planting, right? उसने इकोनॉमी की इतनी ज्यादा तहस महस कर दी, रिकवरी पॉसिबल ही नहीं थी before the half ended.
And that's not the biggest pain. The pain is you had the site.
Exactly, साइड था तुम्हारे पास, फिर भी ये हुआ.
अगर नहीं था तो समझ में भी आता है.
How-
But this is the one that you walk into the office and you find it hard to explain.
Exactly, right?
So I mean, abhi to it should be a mental reset. Best of 3 hai, like
Hopefully.
we mentioned. They should just look at it as two best of ones now.
Hmm.
Just don't lose a single best of one. You win the finals.
Winning the finals is going to be a long, arduous journey, man. It's a uphill climb, and these guys are wearing banana slippers, bro.
Bro, but that's been their arc throughout the tournament. Their lower bracket run.
Actually, वो भी है, yeah, वो भी है.
They had to redeem themselves to have that second chance at it.
Exactly. And I think that's what will make their victory sweeter if they win today.
And that's what will give them the drive, because this is not done and dusted. Like we said, these players, they come neck to neck when it comes to aim. Of course, in a game like Valorant, if someone is popping off, it's really hard to try and get a stop to that. And especially in games like these where it's like 13-4, 13-5,
Mm-hmm.
it's just another worldly performance from the other guy. You're like, bro, what can I even do up against it? Well, I think in a situation like that, you'd much rather rely on the basics and the fundamentals of what Valorant is. They tried to do that the last game, but they just got outplayed by the slimmest of margins, with layers of utility being perfectly aligned. In Fracture, that becomes slightly harder. The ability for you
Layers
to throw
upon-
down cover utility, the ability for you to support your teammates if you're not in the right position becomes virtually impossible. And with the defense of this team being something that, I mean, with the attack of this team being something that we slightly worry upon, this
I
being
think I'm worried on
Fracture-
both sides that way.
yeah, this being Fracture, you kind of need to worry about both sides because we're going to be taking fights regardless.
Oh yeah, and speaking of taking fights, here they are,
It's
Mavericks.
a drop rush, and they just get the A side for free. Is this going to be a restart?
I think it's
I
gonna
hope.
be a restart. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a
Spike
restart.
They're
planted.
trying. They're playing safe.
Yeah, something happened. So we can,
It's-
yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the confusion. We will be restarting this round.
Let's go.
But they can still treat this as a death match. Huh? I think we need death match.
I mean,
reset तो
bro,
होने
see,
वाला
see,
है.
see, warm up is something that tryhards like me only use as an excuse.
And it still doesn't help you.
Exactly. Now, let these guys.
That's why
become
you're
the
sad. That's why you're so
Last
depressed all
player
the time, bro. I don't want to personally attack you like that, but what's the point, my man? ओके जस्ट किडिंग दोस्तों देखो अगर आपको अच्छे से वैलोरेंट खेलना है वार्म अप इज इंपॉर्टेंट ठीक है प्लीज मेरी बात मत मानो
इंस्टा मुंबई सर्वर क्यों जेट इंस्टा लॉक मत
या
कीजिए
मत
प्लीज.
कीजिए बहुत बुरी आदत होती है वार्म अप कीजिए ओजी की तरह लेकिन अगर आप ट्राई आउट हो तो अगर आपको कुछ उखाड़ना हो अच्छा करना हो तो
I think that's why all these teams are playing this tournament, man.
हाँ that's why these teams are playing
Yeah. And if you want to be one of those teams in the future, I think there should be plenty more opportunities like this. At least I hope, man. The community aspect of Valorant is something that I missed. Because you remember way back in the day when Valorant started, it was community event after community event after community event. I think both you and me had chances to play against friends, foes, old acquaintances. And this is a refreshing experience for these players as well, right? Because some of these players are experienced, had ability to get into a team, and they were there for a little time.
Yep.
But some of them didn't get that experience as well.
this is the perfect chance to get that
Exactly. And for some of those who have been sweating it out, who have been there for a while, chance for a couple of giggles and laughs.
let's go it's gonna be a drop rush once again and luckily Mac the King is here indeed to stop
Nice
it in its
setup.
tracks but wait I don't get this like he's gonna die instantly what will this alarm bot do
No, he why would he count your eggs before it hatches? Shockdot at least gets that kill traded off, but look at the utility. It just cuts off every LOS. They get the plant. The ability to now play the post plant is going to be very important. Will they be able to reposition? Because Mavericks are hot on the tails.
Mavericks are indeed hot on their tails लेकिन Goblin defenders to some extent reposition कर चुकी है already उनका सिर्फ साइपर साइड पे खेल रहा है वो भी अपनी सारी यूटिलिटी बर्बाद करने के
It's the
बाद
cameraman, bro. He can do this.
यहाँ पे स्मोक डाल दिया है but that's okay because
Beautiful name.
जो भी प्लेयर स्मोक ऑफ हो चुके हैं वो यूटिल के साथ फिर भी प्लांट और डिफ्यूज दोनों डिनाई कर सकते हैं नाइस नेड लेकिन अब ये लोग सब सैंड के साथ आ रहे हैं एंड विद दैट सैंड प्ले ऑल थ्री ऑफ देम आर फ्लैश नाइस शॉट बाय राइजन एंड नाउ ही गॉट द नेड फ्रॉम द बिकॉज़ ऑफ दैट
Oh, they stack it. They get the round despite Ryzen getting the ace. The stick through the smoke. Nerves that were just ice cold. He did not let go of his smoke.
he did not hesitate he just stuck it all the way imagine getting an ace and still losing the round bro
Been there, done that.
right there I feel so bad for Risen
Hey, I mean, I feel good for Mavericks, dude. This is exactly what they needed. The pistol dub, something that they did get in the game prior, mind you, Crips. It's all about how they now make the next step count. Sometimes, you know, especially in South Asia, कुछ अलग ही फंडा है. Pistols are in the most important round. It's the second round that's the most important.
हाँ because मैंने बहुत बार देखा है साउथ एशिया में पिस्टल जीतने के बाद आप एंटी को हार जाते हो सारा मोमेंटम वहीं पे गया लिटिल बॉय nice stinger opening and with this no mercy actually peeks out of the smoke to get those kills
And he
that's
got
decent
That Cypher trip really messed him up. And it's now boiled down to a 3 versus 3. Mind you, guns on both sides, Crip. So this is still a very doable round. And that
Exactly.
drone's not aptly destroyed. He is a slight bother of concern as they now start closing into the side.
oh Cypher curiously they will at least sneak through लेकिन सलमान क्या शॉट मारा nice one exactly movement बहुत अच्छा है इसका लिटिल बॉय इसने भी movement अच्छा दिखाया trying to dodge the stun and now they both gonna swing him at once no उनने डबल स्विंग नहीं किया और इसके साथ सलमान भी बाजू में आ गया है और अब ये सोआ बहुत ज्यादा खतरे में है क्या वो पहले लिल बॉय को मारेगा क्या वो साइफर को मारेगा दोनों को मारने के चक्कर में वो एक भी पीक नहीं ले पाएगा ढंग से शीश
Those small attention to details when you play those 2v2, being in position to trade, being in position to not let that awkward 1 versus 2 hamper you as they swing from different angles. And like we said, Crip, second round, the more important round.
exactly
Gaming हो गया.
bro मुझे बहुत बुरा लगा एक मैंने वो प्रेडिक्ट किया कि हाँ पिस्टल राउंड जीते हो शायद मोमेंटम कंटिन्यू नहीं होएगा सच हो गया rare occasions where I wish I was wrong I wish I was wrong
Oh god.
but so far मेरी predictions काफी अच्छी होती है if you know the reference I'm putting over here oh anyway Raisin double satchels in it's a classic A main push no dish control no sand nothing else सीधा walk in कर दिया Mavericks बिल्कुल resistance नहीं दिखाई कुछ भी नहीं किया
Are they doing the nade stun combo? I think the nade slightly missed its mark. अगर किस्मत अच्छा होता तो that one kill could have led to somewhat of an opening. But
yeah
hey, अभी with barely anything to fight, they need to maybe just try denying as much ultobs that they can give to the enemy team.
how is United like into the spike
Exactly.
They all died to Goblin defenders, ka sheriffs, and all the guns.
And they lose only one member doing so.
Exactly. So this is a very good economic recovery from Goblin defenders.
So despite losing the pistol, they walk leaps ahead in the early segment of this first half.
Exactly. Like बहुत ज़्यादा economic advantage ले लिया है. Like Mavericks का economy अभी भी इतना strong नहीं रहेगा. हाँ, weapons आ जाएंगे, लेकिन op अभी तक नहीं आएगी.
Yeah, their op is going to be a luxury. They need to wait for at least another 2 buy rounds. And I hope that they win those buy rounds in a decent fashion where they have at least 3 players alive.
Bro.
It can't be a brawl all the time.
Exactly. लेकिन bro, हम लोग hopium पे ही जिंदा है अब तक. Let's see इस बार hopium काम आता है कि नहीं. Vanguard.
Early
Nice
main control.
stun. Yeah, nice stun nade combination. लेकिन Goblin बिल्कुल बाजू में नहीं है तो.
They expected it.
Yeah, they expected this.
Abhi showstopper में मिल गया because they took the op towards B main, and that opens up possibilities with the way they're split apart. If they use the ultimates and if they force fights, there's a good. Oh, are we gonna see the showstopper play? That could be the opening that they need at this B side.
अभी नहीं.
I think there's a trip all the way. I think that's a cam
There.
all the way towards the far side of arcade, right?
No, that's an alarm bot actually.
Here.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
They have
I
info.
know तेरे को दूर से दिख नहीं रहा. Sorry.
They have info. So now this push is going to be all more crucial. Look at the timing yet again, Crips. Abhi map 2 में भी timing का problem हो सकता है.
Exactly. Need another time.
Smart
Smokes. Recon अच्छा है लेकिन इतना ज़्यादा फर्क पड़ा नहीं उनसे. Anyway, look at this defensive smoke. उन्होंने खुद
Brilliant.
का ही टावर स्मोक कर दिया है और जैसे वो लोग अंदर जाने की कोशिश करते हैं मैक उन्हें मार गिराएगा. बट कीबो अगर टाइमिंग पकड़ लेगा तो बहुत बुरा हो सकता है. नेवर माइंड, कीबो की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ी. सलमान आ गया है एंड ही यूज्ड द साइफर अल्ट. सारे मैवरिक्स प्लेयर्स रिवील हो चुके हैं. And with this
30
reveal,
seconds left.
Goblin defenders now know कि अब वो यहाँ पे बी पे प्लांट नहीं कर पाएंगे.
25 seconds left on the clock.
Exactly. और 25 seconds left पे सलमान जा रहा है एक लंबा फ्लैंक करने from underground. ये फ्लैंक अगर
It's already
कामयाब हो गया,
expected.
is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, Vanguard is watching this. So if he can at least kill Vanguard, then maybe
Standing.
planting is a possibility because that reduces the number of angles
10
that
seconds
Kibo will
left.
have to fight on. But he can fight them regardless.
Another
He's
3K clutch.
he's made it into the side. He's trying to stick the plant. The fault line connects and he can't continue planting. He's gonna get taken down. Finally. Sheesh bro, like मेरा इतना anxiety बढ़ गया था वो moment पे because I thought अगर ये लोग expect नहीं करेंगे सलमान का flank, then this will be another round जो team Mavericks जीतते जीतते हार जाएंगी.
And Team Mavericks, the way they played that B side, it was still smart. The Sova recon was aptly destroyed by Goblin on the entry. So Goblin are just ticking every tick box on their side execute list, and they're making it
Exactly.
seem very smooth.
Right there.
Yeah. And I think the only reason they even faltered over here was because of the weird smoke which was used by Team Mavericks, right? They put down a smoke towards tower. You don't really see that often. I mean, you might see attackers do that when they don't intend to fight towards tower, but never by defenders, right? Especially not when the attackers themselves are pushing into tower via that smoke. That is just weird. Gives the Killjoy 2 kills and
It at least gives him cover, and he made the play work, man. That was the one important part. Vanguard up close and personal has a showstopper, and he doesn't seem like he wants to whip out the party, although Risen is making the party of his own. Just wipes the presence towards Dish. And it just causes a Hail Mary rotation, which I don't think Mavericks were even in a position to deal with. In a blink of the eye, the round goes the other way.
शुरू होते ही खत्म हो गया.
Let's say.
Spike
फिर से.
planted.
They walk in towards Dish. एक फाइट जीता, एक ट्रेड लिया, अंदर आ गए खत्म. ज़्यादा कुछ यूटिलिटी यूज करने की जरूरत भी नहीं पड़ी, ना ही कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स हुए उनको अंदर आने में. So Goblin defenders के लिए ये राउंड काफी इजी था. I mean, oh god, Mac even made sound while climbing down from the rope. So अभी उसकी position भी reveal हो चुकी होगी.
Yeah, like you mentioned, not much utility, but what was very key there is the spacing between the members of Goblin. As they did not let things go haywire, they did not line up, they didn't have any problem dealing with the Dish presence. And it's rare in Valorant where you can break a crossfire that easily without using as much util.
Exactly.
But hey, Crips, this is way closer of a game, bro.
So far, yes, 2-3, much closer than Haven. लेकिन अब मेरे दिल में एक सवाल आ रहा है. Goblin defenders बिना ज़्यादा util के ऐसा side capture कर पा रहे हैं. एक बार उनके full blown utils शुरू हो जाएंगे तब क्या होएगा? जब कीबो के पास ult आ जाएगी तब क्या होगा?
We've seen players hesitate with the ult, so I still think there will be openings. Oh, that got stuck on the Sonic, and they force the fight because they know that they can't destroy the bolt. Oh, the showstopper! It's a fast play, and Vanguard finds his prey.
Vanguard blows Zonic apart. Even though Zonic lets the Hellfire loose from the skies, it doesn't really help his own cause. But hey, at
gets
least
gun.
with this, Goblin defenders को sight मिल गया है. लेकिन plant कैसे करोगे? Plant करने के लिए, this Rolling Thunder will deny. It won't go all the way towards the planting area. It will stun up the Cypher, but Kibo with his aftershock can hold the players back from CT, and now Risen will definitely push them back. ये showstopper को कोई fight नहीं करना चाहेगा. लेकिन इससे उन लोगों को plant करने का मौका मिलेगा कि नहीं?
Close player, boom, and the rocket gets it. Blood has been the unfortunate recipient of these kind of frags. And hey, it's still a 2 versus 3 for Team Mavericks. We have hope for them to do miracles, and we might be on the cusp of one ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. The raise is significantly tagged. That could be their golden opening. And look at the Rolling Thunder present on this guy. He's just biting his time, waiting the moment the nade just perfectly in position. And he's
player
dealt with by
standing.
Toxic Summit. Someone instant trade frag.
player standing.
No,
And,
timing.
wait, what? Oh, Boombot.
So close, right?
Dude.
So I was gonna say कि वहाँ पे Risen की position बहुत अच्छी थी because he's playing like a one and done spot.
Exactly.
जो भी B main से आ रहा है पहले उसे spot करेगा और at that point अगर Risen मर भी जाता है, that's when the breach can peek you and kill you. That's what was going on in her mind. But हुआ क्या वो nade it landed directly under Kibo's feet.
Exactly.
He was supposed to push out and he died in the process and I was like चलो ठीक है उनने side वालों को मार दिया. Maybe Team Mavericks can win this if they deal with Risen. And then he pulls out a boom board. I'm like दया यार. और एक तो वो line of fire में भी आ गए थे. मुझे लगा वो instant spray down होएगा वहाँ पे Team Mavericks को round मिल जाएगा लेकिन like I said expectations reality बहुत ज़्यादा होती है. बहुत ज़्यादा अलग होती है.
Bro, वो तो life lesson हो गया अब.
Life lesson. यार मैं यहाँ पे Valorant देखने आया था यार life lessons नहीं लेने आया था.
See, look at the ults that now are there for Mavericks.
Arts, 3 of them.
Big ones.
Yeah,
Optical strike.
all of those are big ones. Yeah.
Abhi, I think you try playing this aggressive, right? You have a lot of breach into orbital strike combinations. You have the race to go alongside it. I think this is why you try flex early control, which is something Goblin have been diligent with. You remember how aiming control was taken in the round prior, they avoided the nade. Now they're going all in for it, baby. The blade simply doesn't work as Blood finds the edge on Lil Boy, something that was very crucial for this defense to hold. Risen on the other side with the drop push is finding success, and that is going to hurt
Spike
Mavericks.
down
They're
A.
going to be boxed in towards this main position now.
Exactly. And while they commit towards the main position, you have Risen already inside CT. And for this, इस push को deal करने के लिए, they will have to dismantle their entire crossfires already. And Risen का timing.
No!
Bhai Naseeb, no mercy. Could have been
Bro,
shot on the back of his
zipline,
head.
The zipline, that's the spike.
One enemy remaining.
And Vanguard dies making the zip play. This is unbelievable stuff.
Oh God, what a nightmare of a round for both the teams, by the way. And now Kibo can only hope to find this 1v1, which I think no mercy उसे offer करेगा. Oh no, wait, Kibo के
making
पास
the smart
time.
play.
Exactly, smart play है ये. Kibo के पास time है. He's like अगर मैं plant करूँगा, plant छोड़ा जैसे ही tap करूँगा, ये लोग मेरे पे चढ़
They're
जाएंगे.
picking the position as well. They know exactly where he is. This should be a free frag.
Last player
Kibo
standing.
walks into the angle. He gets the frag.
30
He should
seconds left.
anticipate a clear B side, but little does he know the long rotation through B main is already in fruition. Oh, I thought he's gonna tap the spike there, but that wide swing in, Blood just had to land one bullet. And that's one more round that Team Maverick have. They're not letting Goblin build up a deficit like they did in map 1. They have learned their lesson, Crips.
I mean, they've learned their lesson, but my God, what a messy round. Like, there were so many things that could have gone wrong. The zipline play with the spike could be intercepted. Starting में उनके पास साइड कंट्रोल ऑलरेडी छूट चुका था. साइड कंट्रोल उनने जब वापस लिया तो उनका सीटी चला गया. Risen tries to get into an unconventional position, and Risen somehow, even though he gets the timing on the Sova, loses the fight. Like, there's so many ifs and buts and possibilities over there.
And look at the spike now. So it looks like Goblin are gonna play this much more of a static default. They're gonna
हो
see
सकता
where
है.
they get picks. They're gonna see if they can force rotations, and only after that they're gonna take the spike and actually make a play. Right?
Exactly. लेकिन Goblin Defenders का तो ये play style हमने Haven में भी देखा था. In Haven it was really working because टीम मैवरिक्स जब भी उन्हें एक एरिया क्लियर मिलता था वो लोग पुश कर देते थे, और टीम मैवरिक्स इवन इन दिस गेम वो स्टार्टिंग में पुश कर रहे थे, यू नो फर्स्ट 2 or 3 राउंड्स दे वुड ऑलवेज हैव अ प्लान, दे वुड ईदर पुश आर्केड और पुश बी मेन और समथिंग लाइक दैट। लेकिन ये राउंड देख लीजिए, राउंड नंबर 8 और मैवरिक्स एकदम डिफॉल्ट होल्ड कर रहे हैं, जबकि यहाँ पे सीटी पहुंच चुका है राइजन,
What the hell
डबल
is
किल पे
happening?
डबल किल लिए जा रहा है वो, एंड somehow Bloody Nader doesn't want to trade this. He wants to let them pass over towards the B side ताकि वो बाद में उनके पीछे फॉलो अप कर सके, और ये मैक का टीम तो देख ही नहीं रहा सही जगह पे।
No, not
One
like this.
enemy
I
remaining.
mean, I'm thankful that way because he had a judge. So, you know, judge abusers.
No, but how do Goblin defenders get into such positions यार? वो सीटी पहुंच गया किसी को मालूम
I
नहीं
think
है।
it was the double satchel on the back of the kill towards Canteen. And again, it's these small attention to detail, right? Those communication seemed like it was going haywire. I think the call was given, bro, they're B, they're already in. These players were running from A to try and rotate and support.
And they
उसी में ही मर गए.
Exactly. लेकिन they expect them on side. They didn't expect them to be on CT.
Exactly.
Sheesh.
No,
Moments like these really show you कि communication breakdown कहाँ से होता है. Like call वहाँ पे शायद आया रहेगा, हाँ B leak हुआ है अंदर.
but they had no clue कि all the way to CT it was.
Exactly. वो
Compromised.
timing भी expect नहीं किया रहेगा शायद उनने.
And at this point, you have valuable ults, but there's no space or comfort or even safety net to use
To
it.
use them exactly.
Even if you want to go for a KGL, positioning is something that Team Mavericks aren't really getting in any kind of discount whatsoever. They're made to make work the full 12 yards.
Exactly.
And again, it's not. This is what I wanted them to avoid from map 1. You know, their economy being in a very fragile state towards the very lively part of the first half. Now
Mhm.
it just seems like Goblin, they can put more pressure at the throat and have no problem doing so.
Pressure at the throat, choke them in, turn it into a noose, and this looks like not just a noose, but probably the entire death gallow.
Oh,
Oh!
he got defeated. Bro.
Sheesh, nice shot, Bloodnator. And with that Molotov, he can probably hold down the entire area. He can now focus all his attention towards Star, but what will he do when he gets triple P?
And stunned.
And stunned, yeah.
God bless ho
Absolutely
gaya wo. Now again, they have an eco, so there's no point of using the
Spike
KGL. They're
planted.
just gonna hope for some damage. Again, they have flashes, they have a little bit of utility.
Player
One kill,
standing.
this could go the other way. I'm surprised that smoke push even worked. But hey, Toxic Summit, not really having. No,
Like-
not like this, not like this. No, 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 no.
Ayo!
Huh? Okay. Okay.
Okay. Let's have a moment of silence for our fallen soldier. For poor Mac. I really want to make a halal joke over here, but ये क्या था? ये
Nothing about this is allowed.
nothing about this. Absolutely haram, man. My goodness. Look at this, like flash bhi dodge kar diya, and he's expecting them to swing.
Oh,
Burst
on the
connect
face.
karta hai, and this could have gone wrong, you know, because after he knifed Zonic, उसे Phantom मिल गई.
Tap.
भाई वो Phantom अगर लेके वो spray down कर देता, पूरा round जीत जाता वो.
Look at the change of pace. Okay, just them beacon down push B man. That's easy as a call can get, right?
Yeah.
And at this point, Team Mavericks yet again gonna play retake. There is a Sova all the way at CT. So Hunter's Fury is a very important tool that they now need to use to perfection at this point.
B-side acquired. Plant. टैप अप तो नहीं हुआ है, टैप करने की जरूरत नहीं है, उन लोगों को किल्स मिले जा रहे हैं. इनफैक्ट यहाँ पे टीम मैवरिक्स उनको ऑलरेडी पुश करने की कोशिश कर रही है. दे ट्राइंग टू स्टार्ट द रीटेक बिफोर द प्लांट इवन गोस डाउन, एंड श्योर दिस वाज अ डिसेंट इनफ आइडिया. उन्हें फ्रैग्स मिल गए हैं, इनिशियल फ्रैग्स गॉब्लिन डिफेंडर्स की तरफ गए थे, मैवरिक्स ने ट्रेड निकाल ली है. बट नाउ व्हाट डू यू डू? गॉब्लिन डिफेंडर्स के बाद पूरा का पूरा आर्केड साइड पड़ा है. दे कैन सर्कल अराउंड अंडरग्राउंड, दे कैन गो टुवर्ड्स ए. ऑप्शंस ही ऑप्शंस है उनके पास, एंड श्योर टीम मैवरिक might have started it, but they don't end it. No,
not like
Gladiator.
this.
He had the perfect opportunity and he let it slip.
And the rotation Hail Mary play made by Vanguard. One kill and he gets assault. Things are still possible, but it requires
30
a hero
seconds
play
left.
as both the members from Goblin are rushing it down from drop.
One enemy
Vanguard has
remaining.
the off angle. He finds the
Spike
kill.
down
Could pull off the
A.
showstopper, and this will be the play to get his team back in the game. Both players having their ultimate. Vanguard very cunningly dodges the orbital strike, has the showstopper to deny the plan.
10
The
seconds left.
party is out, the plan's not in. He's punching in the digits. Sonic trying to
Spike
make that
planted.
upper play work.
He pushes it down to low. He still gets the frag. What? How? The rocket didn't land above, right? Even Vanguard is confused. Look at his movement.
That
He's
rocket
like,
landed on the south pole of the moon.
exactly, and even he's looking up like, हाँ मैंने तो इधर मारा, वो कैसे change, वो कैसे मर गया? I am pretty sure Vanguard himself is confused. You saw his movement, right? You saw him look up and down. ऊपर नीचे से देख रहा है. He's like, मैंने तो नीचे मारा, ऊपर वाला कैसे मरा?
Make a clip, tag Riot right now. I want my showstopper to be like that. Tell me if it's a pay to win, I will pay for it. You have me as a customer, right?
Bro, मेरे से तो रोजा अल्ट होते रहते हैं.
इसीलिए bro मैं पैसा डाल रहा हूँ.
Look at this one second. Bomb गया नीचे.
भाई साहब.
And what's funnier is Vanguard का बाकी का movement. Like वो खुद देख रहा है ऊपर नीचे ऊपर नीचे.
ये क्या tournament है bro मजा.
एक तरफ होता है रोजा अल्ट, दूसरी तरफ होता है ये.
रोसा alt और भरोसा alt.
भरोसा ही नहीं था मेरे अल्ट में. Oh my god, Risen.
Oh, perfect movement. I love that from Risen. And Vanguard just gets. I think that was happy feet almost.
Yeah, that was a happy feet movement. He's like, yeah, I've got him stunned. He should easily die. Fallback का sound भी आ गया था, footsteps भी आ गए थे, but then absolutely no mercy. And speaking of no mercy, he does get a kill. Dish पे तो वो लोग ज्यादा कुछ कर नहीं पाए, लेकिन उन्हें at least D-main वाला assault पूरी तरह से रोक दिया है. Cypher, वो सब छोड़ो. Look at the other brim. Bloody Later के right side पे एक और player है, and he has no idea. Toxic Summit kills Kibo.
Now dude,
Enemy
Sonic
remaining.
makes the play work, but Toxic still able to find that trade. We've seen so many 1 versus 2, but this time it has to be Salman that steps up on the fray. He has a Cypher ult as well. This is a very possible round.
अरे लेकिन टोपी निकाल के डालोगे किस पे? टाइम बहुत है.
Cage triggered.
No cap.
Where is everyone?
Now cap.
Now he puts it, and this should be good. But even then, he has time to plant.
30 seconds
लेकिन
left.
Jess,
Now he can make a play. They're gonna expect him to be stunned. There's nothing to deny the scripts, and that's the more important part. He taps the spike. 20 seconds left. They're droning. They're not pushing this together, so it gives him the opportunity. It gives him the space. It gives him the ability to make these aim duels work. The shock dart, the recon, all of it should be dumpstered, and Salman is just chilling with his camera.
wall bang, flashed, shock darted, everything except the kitchen sink thrown at him. But even then, with the odds against him, I think Salman ने थोड़ा बहुत smart kill, हाँ, effort डाला है. NTs, like जिस तरह से उसने rolling thunder dodge किया, जिस तरह से उसने पहले timing पे
Last
खेलने की
round
कोशिश
in the
की,
half.
खुद का neural theft इस्तेमाल करके force करने की कोशिश की fight को, before he started to tap the spike, because उसको मालूम था जैसे ही वो spike tap करेगा, दोनों players उसके ऊपर चढ़ जाएंगे. So he needed to get a pick before that. वो पिक से मिला नहीं, वो अलग बात है, क्योंकि मैवरिक भी बहुत डिसिप्लिन तरीके से खेल रहे थे.
Yeah.
किसी ने भी पीक किया नहीं. पहले यूटिलिटी भेजा, रोलिंग थंडर, फिर ड्रोन, फिर रिकॉन डार्ट, फिर शॉक डार्ट, फ्लैश, मतलब जो कुछ भी था सब फेंक दिया. It's the best way to play a 2v1 situation. But even in that round, Sonic कैसे वहां पे नीचे पहुंच गया ड्रॉप के, that is such a mystery to me even now. Yeah.
I think this is
Goodness.
This has to be the rolling thunder fast plays. And the he gets demolished. They get blown up like it's Diwali.
Exactly, and it's way too early for that festival of colors. This is the festival of fire. Decorated with a little bit of jet fuel on all the sides. And it's burning.
You know what? At least kudos to Team Maverick. Even if they win or lose this round, this first half has been nail-bitingly close, and Macking still has that the lockdown.
Exactly, but where will
Abhi to dal
he
de
use
bhai.
it? Use it. I mean, I think Goblin defenders still have their
Is he
aftershock,
still
if I'm
in
not
the
wrong.
game? I think he might have all tapped out.
Huh?
One
Fair
enemy
enough.
remaining.
Actually, yeah. This happened to him previously as well. No, man, not again. Okay, he's back. He's back, but all his teammates are dead. Oh, my goodness.
So 7-5, much better than what we got to see
Switching
on
sides.
Haven. Team Mavericks. We know that in the previous game, the defense was somewhat of a problem for them. Haven Pay, they were just not able to get that aggression. They were not able to get that timings click. They made it work on Fracture. The first half, they fell prey to some disgusting combos, some mad plays, and again the anti-Rosa showstopper. I don't know what to call it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's a word for it.
Still,
We will have to
7-5,
invent it.
very respectful. Now they can actually be on the verge to start their path to greatness.
That was such a sad
Three people
moment.
vulnerable, bro. You right click 2 times, everyone dead.
Exactly. You don't even need to fire thrice.
Depression.
Dukh.
And what do you think so far? Fracture, with the way these fights are going
It's so random.
now with the double duelist, how do you think that this is going to be played by Goblin? Because now they
Oh
have that flexibility on the
yeah.
defense also to play aggressive on both sides.
Exactly. Okay, so up until now मुझे Goblin Defenders का गेम स्टाइल अच्छा लगा क्योंकि उनके मिड राउंडिंग डिसीजंस बहुत अच्छे हैं. लाइक जिस
बहुत
तरह
प्यारे.
से वो टीम मैवरिक्स का फाइट फोर्स करते हैं, जिस तरह से उनको यूटिल फोर्स आउट करवाते हैं. मैवरिक्स लूज ऑलमोस्ट ऑल ऑफ द यूटिलिटी राउंड के स्टार्ट में ही, और बाद में उनके पास यूज करने के लिए कुछ है नहीं जब Goblin Defenders का फुल एग्जीक्यूट शुरू होता है. The only time where I saw them use it to perfection when Mavericks was using utility in like the most perfect way possible was in that 2v1 clutch against the Cypher. उसके बावजूद गॉब्लिन डिफेंडर से कितने सारे ऐसे मोमेंट्स थे जहां पे वो लोग रैंडम पोजीशंस में घुस चुके हैं और मैवरिक्स को कोई अंदाजा नहीं है. देयर वाज अ टाइम व्हेन रिजन वाज इन लिटरल सीटी स्पॉन.
Yeah.
नो आइडिया. मैवरिक्स हैड नो क्लू. उसके बाद जोनिक वाज अंडर ड्रॉप आई थिंक इन लाइक द 11th या 12th राउंड, 11th या 10th राउंड. अगेन नो आइडिया.
So that's lapse of communication on two levels. One, when the actual hit is happening and when you lose track of how the aggression is. Two, when you're trying to juggle between angles and swap responsibilities in a site, there are moments where there's a blind spot and there's a timing. If you don't
Yeah.
account for that and if your players are not aware about that, they'll never check the backlines. For example, the KJ holding towards tower in B tower Maverick ka,
Exactly.
that was so unlucky.
Unlucky.
I mean,
Wait,
पीछे से.
yeah, are you referring to the one where he used his own teammates smoke? Like defenders नहीं smoke किया
No,
था?
I'm talking about when he was holding tower with a judge and somebody flanked
Oh
him.
yeah,
Instances like
exactly
those.
right, exactly right. मेरे को लगा कि वहाँ पे एक और नाइफ हो सकता था because वो जज लेके टावर का जिप लाइन एरिया देख रहा था. उसके पीछे बंदा आ गया, उसे अंदाजा ही नहीं था.
I mean, from personal thing, you'd never want to try that because getting sleep, if that happens, it's gonna be really hard, bro.
So दोस्तों हम थोड़ा बहुत हाइलाइट्स पे ऊपर नजर डाल रहे हैं क्योंकि एक प्लेयर का डिस्कनेक्शन इश्यूज आ रहा है. तो जैसे ये इशू सॉल्व हो जाएगा हम वापस से गेम शुरू कर देंगे. जो लोग भी ये स्ट्रीम देख रहे हैं प्लीज इन टीम्स को सपोर्ट कीजिए. दीज आर अंडरडॉग टीम्स. इनमें से कोई ना कोई आपको एक दिन बड़े लीग्स में खेलता हुआ दिखेगा. इनफैक्ट वन ऑफ दीज प्लेयर्स कीबो ऑलरेडी बड़े लीग्स में वीसीएल साउथ एशिया में खेल चुका है. एंड नाउ आई एम होपिंग कि द रेस्ट ऑफ हिज टीममेट्स एंड all the other players as well get to showcase their talent and try to climb up the Valorant ladder in South Asia.
And ऐसा system होता है because you look at G itself, right? Lightning Fast, SK Rossi. These are names that came up due to their performance in that community, and not only those top level events, but how they started with their community events.
Exactly
So
how
this platform is something that can take you further down the line, but it's a long journey. And hey, if you're in for long trips, then this might be a nice trip to be part of.
अभी इसके बाद अगर तू मुझे बोला चल वापस गोवा ट्रिप चलते ना, मार खाएगा तू अभी. मेरे को मालूम है तू ये ऐसा सटल चीजें बोल रहा है मुझे.
It's about setting the mood.
It's setting, हाँ exactly, setting the mood, bro. It's about setting the mood.
Mavericks ने अच्छा काम किया setting the mood for the second map. I think they completely just wiped map 1 from their memory. They're like,
Exactly.
guys,
Yeah, they
hota hai.
had a good reset. They had a good reset, that's for sure. Let's see if that reset actually helps them because now we are starting with the second half.
Let's
Mavericks
go.
on attack. Let's go. Finally, the tech pause is over. And look at Goblin defenders. उनका default जो A की तरफ था अब थोड़ा change हो रहा है because the breach is already rotating towards B. Even though team Mavericks ने कोई अंदाजा या ही अपनी position दिखाई नहीं है उधर.
I think Maverick के Sova ने they put a brilliant shock dart towards B main, which eliminates any sentinel util that might be present during the hit, which makes it somewhat easier. But hey, this
Huh.
3-man defense still would be a strong defense for them to try and get a crack into.
Exactly. So they've used that shock dart towards B main. They've taken the op towards arcade. इतना presence दिखाने के बाद Goblin defenders are somewhat confident कि हाँ शायद इधर आ सकते हैं. Plus more than that, Goblin defenders के race को देख लीजिए, वो इतना आगे push कर चुका है A main से. Very soon he will
He
be
gets
in a
a timing
backstabbing
again.
position. और वापस अगर timing पकड़ लिया Risen ने, then this execute of Mavericks will end before he can start. And
Side
that's it.
punch. Yeah, dice falls, which means the site's just gone haywire. Blood gets crucial openings in towards the site, which leads to the post plant.
Last
They
player
have the man
standing.
advantage, Crips.
Spike
Blood
planted.
just going above and beyond here. It's all on Salman. Man needed to be a hero in the previous half. Was denied that 1 versus 2, which was played to perfection. Now here, him being on the attack, it's even more harder with the odds stacked against him. Team Mavericks, just nice
Bot coming
discipline.
back.
They're just playing off each other. आराम से peek लेंगे दोस्त.
मेरे को लगता है peek लेंगे ही क्या? He will have to hunt them down. See?
Makes him do all the work, doesn't get any of the reward. Team Maverick get the pistol yet again, but the second round curse in the second map, in the second half. Is it gonna happen again, Crips? You're on the hot seat.
I am on the hot seat and I predict yes.
So answer lock किया जाए.
यार अमिताभ बच्चन वाली आवाज नहीं है यार तेरी, क्यों ऐसा
हाँ ना।
केबीसी मोड में जा रहा है?
अरे
देख हमें मालूम है हमारी कास्टर वाली आवाज होती है, वो एक वाइब होता है उसका, लेकिन अमिताभ है भाई.
अगर रिजन ऐसा खेला तो क्रोर फ्रैग्स ही निकाल देगा ब्रो.
वो बादशाह बन जाएगा. सॉरी, शहनशाह.
इसमें डिफरेंस क्या है वैसा?
बादशाह इज शाहरुख, शहनशाह इज अमिताभ.
Oh, okay. Very
Some Bollywood gyan for all
Bollywood
you people.
lore.
Yeah, Bollywood lore. This is not even lore, bro. This is basic knowledge. तू movie नहीं देखता मेरी
Talking about
गलती नहीं.
basic, look at the pushes, man. It's far from basic. They get side control. They have no clue about main, but if they continue down that line, they are gonna try eventually stacking towards B, right? Now, this can be a round where Sheriffs yet again prove to be lethal. And hey, it's Goblin Defender, so there's no saying what you have on store. Vanguard, he gets both the frags in towards the side. Tower control is there. The spike is planted. Now, if they keep things squeaky, the trajectory for the second half will start to look a whole lot better.
Definitely. And they are keeping it clean for now. Until I said that, I feel like I cursed.
Nazar dal
One
diya.
enemy remaining.
The classic caster curse.
Caster's curse indeed. Hey, but at least the hot seat prediction I made, at least that was true.
Thank God.
And I'm happy. Finally.
I know, right?
Finally, someone proves me wrong.
For a guy who gets so much predictions right, hey, Team Mavericks are going to be happy that you couldn't get this one in the bag.
Yeah.
And 7-7, they're going to be up against a buy round. If they use that breach stun, the raise nade, and if they're able to try get that early control, things will be a whole lot easier. It's gonna be a very important round here for Team Mavericks. They can't let Goblin bounce back. They can't let any momentum leeway through this second half. As we've seen in the past already, right? It's giving an inch and getting a mile taken off you. And Team Mavericks are being slow here. They just want to try rooting out any rogue aggression if they spot it. Which fracture, it's a map of aggression at the end of the day, right? If you have these sheriffs, if you have these specters, and if you wait out that aggression, if you find a nice range and a decent chance to take that engagement, that's something that changes the dynamic of how the bonus round works. Suddenly you're the one with the advantage in an angle like that, and if you don't drop the ball, it's going to be a very easy road to go down, especially on a map like Fracture, where the only long angles are towards the mains, which can easily be avoided if you set up a crossfire in towards the side.
Yeah, but how successful will these crossfires be? Goblin defenders really pushing the envelope. A main पे आके challenge करेंगे. Bloody Nada let them.
A.
Oh my God, Bloody Nada! What lovely timing. He thought he would let them fall back and then follow up.
30
लेकिन
seconds
वो
left.
भी नहीं हुआ. Goblin defenders are just a step ahead every time.
And that was the right play. You know, you force them to the close angle, you try using the specters and
enemy
sheriffs in
remaining.
those kind of distances. It will give you
Yeah.
results, but sadly not against Goblin, not against a Goblin which is raging hot to finish this right here, right now in map 2.
Trophy Goblin it is. They really want to get that. And so
Timeout.
far it seems like they're on the trajectory to do so.
I like this timeout also. Mavericks, things aren't too far from their hands. They have a buy, they have the prime opportunity to strike right back, and if they do, Goblin really have somewhat of an economy to stand upon. So taking this timeout helps them play the long game, helps them make sure that the next few rounds, which are going to be the more crucial ones, break Goblin again. Mentally, if you break them in the next few rounds where they have the economy, they had somewhat of a momentum, I think that's half the mental warfare already won, which is something that they
Exactly.
desperately need a dub on.
Exactly, they need that desperate dub. और इकोनॉमी की बात कर ही रहे हैं तो मतलब गॉब्लिन की इकोनॉमी है, थोड़ी बहुत है. They can force
Exactly.
the next round if they lose this, but
That's why the
That's
timeout,
it.
right? Think of the future. Think of the next 3 steps that you need to take now.
exactly, think of the next 3 rounds, next 3 steps. If Goblin lose this, They will be broke. Yes, sure, but they will have just enough.
Somewhat of a half buy.
Somewhat of
Force
a
it through
half
at
die.
least.
And ये लोग half buy के साथ भी round जीत सकते हैं. Goblin ने
Huh,
already
it's
prove कर
no
दिया है.
strangers to them, bro. They are the eco.
But if Team Mavericks lose, they are 100% broke. उनका तो loss bonus भी activated नहीं है इसके बाद.
Abhi, they have the showstopper. So if Goblin try to make a fast play where they group up, that also could work to their detriment. And Team Mavericks, like they showed in the round prior, they want to also try playing this patiently, right? They have the ability to just slow things down to a crunch, which Goblin they picked apart really well in the buy. Now that the guns are even across the board, this could be an entirely different story. And again, both teams
Exactly.
having showstoppers. I'm gonna see a whole lot of parties this round.
A whole lot of parties. We just came back from a couple of parties yesterday, just giving some caster lore over here. But look at the dodge that Team Mavericks put in. There, Killjoy used the zipline to escape that satellite crunch, and Goblin defenders, while they have cleared this area out, they didn't really spot anyone. So they don't have information जिसके ऊपर वो act कर सकते हैं. तो अब तक Goblin जो भी कर रही थी, उनको वही continue करना पड़ेगा, defaulting continue करना पड़ेगा. They can't make preemptive moves. स्पेशली जब टीम मैवरिक्स ने भी कुछ नहीं दिखाया है. अभी उनका एक ड्रोन दिखा है, वो भी जाके at the 50-second mark.
Oh, the showstopper pulled out. I don't think he spotted the person on top of the push. Oh my god, little boy. He did not know what hit him, side say. And there's only one player in towards tower. I think No Mercy just got a whip off him. And hey, they double up. Well played together. How do they play off this deficit Goblin? Things are looking desperate for them.
Indeed, their things are looking desperate, but Goblin defenders have one win condition. The showstopper was available on Resin, but it's not there anymore. And he's through the smoke himself. Blood Meter hears him coming, and he intercepts him.
And they lose only one member, Crips.
Exactly. And we just spoke about how important it is to keep the members alive, right? Like, तुम्हारी economy की तहस महस हो चुकी है. तुम्हें सिर्फ rounds नहीं जीतने, तुम्हें rounds जीतने हैं with as many guns alive and carried forward into the next round. तब जाके तुम economy build कर पाओगे. वो snowball होएगी और तब जाके तुम्हें momentum actually मिलेगा. And with Team Mavericks losing only one player, that's exactly what they needed. अगर वो लोग ये राउंड हार जाते, Goblin defenders 9 पे नहीं पहुंचती, वो 11 पे पहुंचने की क्षमता रखते थे.
Legit.
Given the
That
amount
momentum
of,
would have gone.
yeah, the momentum would have been too much.
Things have been. This is the most dead even things have been so far all
Exactly.
evening. And at this point, Team Mavericks, they want to capitalize on it as much as they humanly can. With control towards A main yet again, break that triple. Thank God there's nobody playing that aggressive towards A side to capitalize on it. As Salman was trying to be diligent towards drop, although he is going to give away that isolated track. He was so patient. He took his time. He bit for his moment, but sadly, he was bit farewell. The rocket just sails past and Vanguard still finds Little Boy. The trades just aren't there for Goblin. What's happening to them all of a sudden?
They're falling apart. They're being picked to pieces. Absolutely dismantled. Team Mavericks coming alive in the second half.
Bye. This is the turn of tail that we wanted, man. This is why Mavericks came all the way from that lower bracket to prove a point. And right now, they're not only proving that they're neck to neck, but they're a step ahead in this race, at least in map 2.
Exactly. I feel like Goblin defenders have lost the plot to some extent. Because, like you said, break that trip. Nobody was there to capitalize on it. That should have been an instant kill if someone was holding default or was on the area above, right? Instant smoke to kill mil jata. Recon that start time pe need to try. This is not how Goblin defenders play.
I think they as well warrant a timeout right now.
Exactly.
Just take a breather, relax. Things aren't anywhere close to being over yet.
Exactly.
And in a round like this where you have only sheriffs, you'd want to have a slow round where okay, this is timing. Oh, he gets the beautiful cap on a toxic and he has a teammate right behind him. So this could be a big play. And anticipating that, Maverick just give up that position.
वो भी छोड़ो, they know that they are safe to fall back from underground because उनका जो jet है वो पूरा sat side clear करके आ चुका है. So now Team Mavericks have no choice but to go towards A main. Exactly.
Dude, that's just walking into a blender fest of util.
Exactly. I mean, they had no choice. Team Mavericks had no choice but to go towards A main. And Goblin defenders were prepared for them. Look at this, man. Now that's just unfair.
That's the Goblin treatment that, we've not gotten to see for quite a while. Finally, Goblin looking like the threat that we always know them to be, which was absent. Now they get a chance to enforce it.
The ever looming threat, the phantom villain that way. one that never shows up but always scares you.
Exactly.
Some comic book references अगर आपको समझ में आएंगे तो please chat में appreciate करो. But for now, I don't think Team Mavericks will appreciate this round. इतनी मेहनत
10
से उनने
seconds
momentum लिया था, and now they are forced to save. वो जो भी momentum था, economic penalty के साथ धुल जाएगा.
One enemy remaining. Thrifty.
Oh. That could have been.
Oh. Okay then. All right then.
Guns. No guns safe for Team Mavericks whatsoever.
No guns. They die after the timer runs out, so no money as well. Back to square one.
9-9 as well. Dead even stuff, man. Where
Dead even
Goblin have the momentum and now they have 3 ultimates. This is starting to look scary.
I think they've always been scary. We're just starting to get scared now. Now we get the goosebumps.
I think the goosebumps are gonna come once it hit double digit, dude. Because
Oh yeah, definitely.
it's gonna put Team Mavericks at a slightly desperate position in this best of 3.
Probably. Well, this looks like a straightforward B main push.
They missed the shock dart. That could be that cypher trip that comes in clutch. The
Oh
rolling
my
thunder
God.
on top of the orbital strike. He's just spammed down to oblivion and he has no clue where he got deleted from.
Exactly. That orbital strike could have been very good. But Kibo knew that he would be pushed out of position. He knew he wouldn't be able to assist Risen and the rest of his teammates. So what did he do? He just let loose the rolling thunder before he gets burnt. Takes a little bit of damage, but he pushes Team Mavericks back, and that wastes the orbital strike. All that momentum that Mavericks had been building up, it was channeled into this B main push, only to be destroyed, only to be wasted.
He just gets spammed to oblivion. There is no way for him to get a safe comfort. They've got that hole done to perfection. They had the man advantage. Team Mavericks, they're able to force a very fortunate fight to make this even. Now it puts a slight sweat on the heads of Goblin as they force the 3-man rotation
30
towards the B
seconds
side to
left.
try having the numbers to hold this fort. Team Mavericks still seem interested to contest. I really want Macking to use his ultimate. This is a very crucial round, and if he gets deleted without getting a single frag here, it's a very big issue. 16 seconds, look at the time! The orbital strike on top of it! It's a
One
disaster!
enemy remaining. 10
Team
seconds
Mavericks! It
Spike
feels like the
down,
game is just starting to slip from between their fingers. As Macking is left with an all to do and the time has run out. He's just looking to save.
And that's another save for Team Mavericks. With him losing the gun as well. That's 2 disastrous eco rounds. Okay, I can't even call them eco, but they're just disastrous for your money.
Why not use the lockdown? That had to be the play in this very crucial round at map 2, which could cost Team Mavericks the finals.
Exactly. I think they didn't use the lockdown because they were afraid that the orbital strike would break it. But the orbital strike destroyed them regardless. So what were they waiting for? And that's the second time. They don't just lose the round, but they lose it with the player alive after the timer runs out. And then the player dies regardless. So you don't get the money, you don't get the guns.
There, but with so much util in hand, Vanguard gets caught off guard at the worst possible timing.
Hiding.
It's an FPS game, you really
One
need to
enemy
test there.
remaining.
Shoot. And yet again, it's the lonesome massive game. How much can you expect from one Killjoy?
Not that much, apparently.
11-9, dude. A blink of an eye, and Goblin yet again are on the dominant front foot. They were looking a little vulnerable. They were a couple of rounds where Goblin got outdone and outread and out-aimed. But hey, it's Valorant, right? You need to win 13 to win the game. And Goblin just 2 away now.
Just do away.
Another
वो भी
timeout,
वो भी
dude.
ऐसा नहीं कि मतलब they just 2 away because close game जा रहा है. Close था. But the last 2 rounds, जिस तरह से economic तहस महस हुई है Mavericks
हाँ.
के लिए, they had to hard reset, man. Even now they're not safe. Like if they lose this round again, they will have not many weapons in the next round. At least they will have some sort of loss bonus, you know. तो मतलब वो force कर सकते हैं. लेकिन वो भी again फिर half armor, थोड़ा कम util के साथ.
Yeah, but you have to
Drone.
consider this though. Like, think of the next step that you're going to take, right? If you're Team Mavericks, they have the lockdown. They're 2 away from Vanguard getting his ult. You use a lockdown to initiate your site entry, which most probably should be towards B. Vanguard
Mm-hmm.
gets one orb, he gets a plant, he has a showstopper to then play the post
Exactly.
plant. You have a Sova who has the Hunter Fury as well. So there are ultimates that are syncing up for a potential comeback for Team Maverick.
Yeah.
And on the side of Goblin, all that they have is weaponry unless Risen or Lil Boy goes absolute berserk.
तो आपने ये सेटअप तो कर दिया ओजी भाई,
Right
लेकिन
there.
क्या टीम मैवरिक्स फॉलो कर पाएगी ये? I mean, you laid out the game plan for them, but I don't know if they are insistent on this game plan. I mean, so far वो तो सिर्फ defaults hold कर रहे हैं. South side पे team Mavericks अपना कैंप लगा के बैठी है, ऊपर Killjoy hold कर रही है with both the turret and the alarm bot watching Sat and Arcade respectively. And here comes the Hunter's Fury. Maybe this will help them with something, but Risen, he's just
Oh,
dodging all of
that
this.
was
He's got a spring in his step, satchel under his feet, and he dodges everything.
almost feels like a smooth criminal, but that was just so close for comfort. They use a little bit of utility to hold them at bay, but again, Team Mavericks now getting control of Underground. This is where the KG ult now becomes a threat, and making this nobody to be an escrow for the important Killjoy. The stun is just pitch perfect, as it seems like Mavericks are
enemy
just
remaining.
falling like
Spike
flies.
down B.
Goblin, a
Flawless.
flawless victory to get them to map,
Good work.
match, and championship point.
Match
They are
point.
about to take home the cup of Valorant GE Underground.
Season
They're-
2.
Season 2, they're about to become the champions. And all of this because Team Mavericks' win condition fell flat on its face. Mac had the lockdown. He was the MVP. He was supposed to be the most valuable player in that round. The difference maker. He was supposed to be the one who sets up the team for success. But guess who dies first? It's him.
There are so many ways to lose a game of Valorant, but this has to be one of the most heartbreaking,
Heartbreaking
ways.
ones, I swear to God.
And aggression from Team Goblin right off the bat towards the north side as they take aggressive control towards the arcade position. Although Macking coming alive at the moment of asking, getting control towards Drop as he drops bodies to the floor. And now Maverick stand a feasible chance of 4 versus
Spike
3
planted.
with the Killjoy ult still in the back pocket. Goblin, they are gonna go for this regardless. They're just a step away, and they've been
You
performing
should run.
miracles all night. This could be the miracle that sets them for the victory run.
Wait, लेकिन okay, ठीक है. Goblin Defenders का जो breach है वो ये lockdown को तोड़ तो सकता है. Attackers ने
The
उसका
Nate did it. just
Nate
as well.
did it. Shock भी था. तो मतलब ये
Perfect
lockdown
flash.
काम को होएगा नहीं.
And oh no, the numbers. This could be the beginning of the end. Macking.
Player standing.
We've put him under question. We've put him under doubt. But Goblin, they seal the drought of success and they string it together in the
Defenders
second
win.
half. We looked to go to map 3. We thought that Maverick could do this. They pushed it to distance in map 2. But sadly, it just simply wasn't enough. Goblin defenders, they have done it without a shred of a doubt. Through the upper bracket, they've ripped through every team. They've taken the grand finals to Haven. Was a domination spree. And sure, it came a little close on Fracture. But who cares? They're the champions. 2-0, baby.
Champions of the tournament, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Goblin Defenders. Kibo playing from the Godlike Bootcamp, performing really well. All his teammates stepping up. And with this, they are your champions of Valorant Underground Season 2, powered by Global Esports. Very soon, we will also be jumping into the interview with the winners of this tournament. And I really hope to see what these guys have to say, how their journey was up until now. I mean, Goblin Defenders, I mean, it's quite an old name in the country. If you guys know about them, if you guys have been following their journey, you will know कि वो लोग पहले Goblin Attackers कहलाते थे and उनके जो सारे players थे at some point बहुत बड़ी teams में भी खेल चुके हैं. Like वो इतनी अच्छी team थी कि सारे top tier teams उनके players उठाने के लिए तड़प रही थी at one point.
Yeah.
And with this, they've proven exactly why they are just knocking on the doors of Tier 1 Valorant in South Asia. And it's about time that someone answers that door. It's about time they get the recognition they deserve.
Exactly, dude. The post cam, I think they were a little too cool to be, celebrating. I'm not sure. They were just sitting so comfortably. If I win a match in a ranked game, I get hyped, man. They won a tournament, they won a grand finals, and they looked ice cold. Imagine that.
Yeah, I mean, I expect a little more celebration, but it's like just another day in the office for them. And why wouldn't it be? They are that good. They practice so much so that they can participate in bigger tournaments than this one and prove their worth to not just India but also the entirety of South Asia and even the world at some point in their careers. So a hearty congratulations to Team Goblin Defenders. They are your champions, and my goodness, they absolutely deserved it. Undefeated throughout the entire tournament, by the way.
Kicked ass and took names.
Exactly. Throughout the entire tournament, they did not lose a single game. And that is very difficult. Especially when they are playing the finals against a team जिनके साथ वो already खेल चुके हैं, you know. They already defeated Team Mavericks once before. And, you know, when you lost a game against a team and you get a chance to face them again in a revenge match, आप बहुत research करके जाओगे, बहुत homework करके
It
जाओगे.
becomes personal.
It becomes personal at that point. एंड एट वन पॉइंट जिस तरह से उन्होंने वाइपर पिक किया था हेवन पे, मेरे को तो ऐसा लग रहा था कि दिस इज डेफिनेटली लाइक अ मैच व्हिच हैज बीन स्टडीड. एंड एक दो काउंटर्स जो थे उनके काम कर रहे थे मैवरिक्स के, बट आफ्टर दैट द मिड राउंड adaptations फॉर गॉब्लिन डिफेंडर्स वर जस्ट टू गुड. तो जो भी प्रिपरेशन मैवरिक्स करके आए रहेंगे, all of that becomes irrelevant. You know what, let's see whether Goblin Defenders actually had any difficulties playing this one, or were they ice cold all throughout the match just like they were in those cameras. We will be talking to the winners of this tournament. We will have a nice question answer session with them, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this short break.
myself so desperate on my knees to break. And I hear the voice of an angel telling me not to lay down. And I feel the spirit guiding, telling me not to give up. Hold on to every promise I've been praying for. Like I hold on to every garment, won't surrender, not tonight. The shadow rises and I walk through the valley, but I won't let nothing take my heart away. I recognize the powers as they rally. Call the names, I break them one by one and face to face. And I hear the voice of an angel telling me not to lay down. And I feel the spirit guiding, telling me not to give up. Hold on to every promise I've been praying for. Like I hold on to every garment, won't surrender, not tonight.
Hey guys, welcome back. You guys just witnessed the Valorant Underground Tournament by Global Esports Season 2, and your winners are Goblin Defenders. I have a chance, the opportunity to speak with the winners right now and see what was going on in their minds throughout the tournament. By the way, guys, if you can hear me, first of all, congratulations. Bhai, kya khela hai? First class game, amazing, maza aa gaya. So, tell me something. आपने टीम एवरेज को पहले भी हराया था. Before you face them in the finals, क्या चल रहा था? Like, did you even consider कि हाँ हम इनके सामने पहले खेल चुके हैं, शायद ये काउंटर करेंगे, शायद वो होगा, कि आपने बस इसे just as another match treat किया? Like, क्या चल रहा था?
Honestly,
How did you
bro,
treat your
we
opponent?
just
another
we just
match.
woke up. We just woke up, played the game, and nothing special. Bro.
Yeah,
On the
You just
first
woke
map,
up and there was
Haven.
violence.
On the first map, we just played very simple Valorant. Nothing
Yep.
special. Doing our basic default,
Hmm.
converting the man up advantage, and that's about it.
And your basic defaults also changed quite a lot, right? Like जिस तरह से आप लोग adaptations कर रहे थे Haven में, I could
Really?
tell कि I mean, at least यहाँ पे when your defaults not even change, when they would like just simple rotations भी करते हैं, I would see Team Mavericks get so flustered, like they would start overthinking. So that's my question now, कि were these defaults moved around to put them in doubt? कि आप लोग बस अपनी मर्जी से कर रहे थे without really thinking about कि
I
how much
think
was
a
the risk
little
involved?
bit, yeah. I think
Yeah.
we changed a bit from last time, like the mid-round decisions. Like like the first time we played against them, we went a lot of time. But
Mhm.
this time we changed a bit. We went C a bit. We went B also. So that
Exactly.
just confused them, I guess.
I mean, even at the start of the game, like starting के 2 या 3 राउंड तो आप A ही जा रहे थे. उसके बाद you
Yeah, bro.
started doing those mid-round C pushes and mid-round executes and all that. So that was really nice. Tell me what happened on Fracture. That was a lot more closer than Haven.
Fracture, bro. I think
Fracture.
honestly, bro, we just hate the map, bro. From the bottom
Yeah.
of my heart, I just hate the map.
Yeah. Just hate the map, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Trash map, bro.
That's the only thing. It was
तो
looking messy, bro, but we managed to close it out.
तो with that in mind, favorite map कौन सा है फिर आपका?
I
Heaven.
think Haven or Ascent,
Heaven.
but Haven, because we only played Haven this whole tourney, right? And Fracture the last one.
Interesting. So इतना ज़्यादा Haven खेला है कि you guys have absolutely no trouble on it. Like Mavericks, I could see them getting flustered because of every single move. And obviously, I will predict something, लेकिन I don't know कि आप वो move as a response कर रहे हो कि as a planned move कर रहे हो, right? That is something only you guys will know. और जैसे ही थोड़ा बहुत चीजें इधर उधर होती थी, मैवरिक्स भी बहुत ज्यादा हिल जाते थे, वो बहुत हेजिटेट करते थे. Do you feel like you made them stall on purpose, or was it them overthinking?
Yeah,
I think it was
them
them
overthinking, bro.
overthinking, bro.
Okay, so you didn't have anything in particular to stall them, right?
No,
No.
no, we just played our game, bro. Like every day.
You just played our game like every time. I mean, I saw that in the reaction as well. Like, it almost seemed like this is just another day in the office for you guys when you guys won. So, yeah, congratulations, guys, once again. And
Thank
what's the plan for you guys next? Do you have any other tournaments coming up?
Uh,
Any other places where your fans can see you?
I think this was the last game, bro. I think we disband after this. There is no because
मैं तो मजाक कर रहा सच बोल रहा है.
we are actually banned from TEC, bro, for 3 months.
Yeah.
So there's no tournaments. If you guys make another tournament of GE like this one, we can play.
Yep.
But that's
We
up to you.
certainly will. We certainly will. I mean, Underground is a recurring tournament. We want to give more chances to people to show what they're made of, to show their skills. And Sif Valorant, nahi, we will do other games as well, you know. So we will definitely love to have you guys compete over here again. And yeah, I hope that I get to see you again, not just in global esports tournaments, but in other tournaments as well. You know, just uh, it would be sad to see you guys not together. Obviously, Kibo को तो मैंने यहाँ पे भी देखा है, VCSA में भी देखा है, तो I was really proud of you over there as well. What's the journey been like ever since then, ever since VCSA for you?
It's nothing. I just played in Godlike. I got the experience, and now I'm just playing in this team for now.
I mean,
Got
you're
banned
still
in
in the,
TEC for some reason.
you're still there in the Godlike boot camp.
Yeah, I'm
So,
just here for some reason. I will go home soon.
all right. Well, I really hope that you guys, even if you stay together or not, I hope that you guys can keep playing because you guys have a lot of potential.
Yeah.
And I would love to see you guys reach the pinnacle of not just Indian esports, but all of esports someday. So good luck for your futures. And once again, congratulations.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Mic on.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Team Goblin Defenders for you guys. बहुत अच्छे से इनने परफॉर्म किया है एंड आई एम रियली कॉन्फिडेंट कि दिस इज नॉट द एंड ऑफ देयर जर्नी. चाहे ये टीम साथ में रहे ना रहे, चाहे ये प्लेयर्स वापस खेले या ना खेले, आई एम श्योर दैट एटलीस्ट सम ऑफ देम विल मेक इट टू द वेरी टॉप एंड मेक इंडिया प्राउड. I hope you guys also find a way to make India proud. Participate in more tournaments like these. जैसे ही Valorant Underground का नया सीजन आएगा, हम आपको उसके बारे में जरूर बताएंगे. We will let you know about it on our social media, so follow us there as well. Until then, keep fragging, keep winning. See you guys later as well. And also there is a small tiny possibility कि जो team आज यहाँ पे जीती है, they will get to play against some of the members of global esports as well. If that's true, I would not like to play that game. I am scared of Goblin Defenders. So yeah, that's just me letting my fears out. I'll just sit here and cast the game, watch my people hopefully have fun, but they will probably get destroyed by Goblin Defenders. They were really good. So yeah, we will let you guys know about the details of that particular game as well, and there will be more underground tournaments coming up. So follow us on social media, and we will let you know about those over there. Till then, enjoy these highlights, and we'll see you next time.
The shadow rises and I walk through the valley, but I won't let nothing take my heart away. I recognize the powers as they rally. myself so desperate on my knees to break. And I hear the voice of an angel telling me not to lay down. And I feel the spirit guiding, telling me not to give up. Hold on to every promise I've been praying for. Like I hold on to every garment, won't surrender, not tonight. The shadow rises as I walk through the valley, but I won't let nothing take my heart away. I recognize the powers as they rally. Golden names, I break them one by one and face to face. And I hear the voice of an angel telling me not to lay down. And I feel the spirit guiding, telling me not to give up. Hold on to every promise I've been praying for. Like I hold on to every garment, won't surrender, not tonight. Won't surrender, not tonight. Won't surrender, not tonight. Darling, I've been tempted by the darkness, telling me that I should throw it all away. Fight so hard, my heart is hardly helpless. Find myself so desperate on my knees to break. And I hear the voice of an angel telling me not to lay down. And I feel the spirit guiding, telling me not to give up. Hold on to every promise I've been praying for. Like I hold on to every garment, won't surrender, not tonight. The shadow